The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic Sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym as we preempt programming here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network to bring you high school girls and boys basketball. Tonight from the Dowling Gym, it's Dowling hosting Waukee in a Central Iowa Metro League rematch as the teams in the league, all 9 teams, play each other twice. It's the second time for Waukee and Dowling Catholic. The Maroon Gals won the first game back in December, early December, and the Waukee boys won their first match. We'll have both games tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Hamadale now joined by Scott Babinet. As Scott, we get set for another girl-boy doubleheader. And tonight it's Dowling and Waukee for the second time. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. We're looking forward to a much different game tonight with Waukee getting a couple players back. They started to come back the last time we played, but they're back in full force, and you have 2 teams on win streaks right now.
You certainly do, and the Dowling girls are on one of those win streaks. They've won 6 in a row, 7 of the last 8 ball games. I think their last loss was last year to Southeast Polk, if I remember right. So they've run the table here in the month of January. And how about this Waukee team? They come in with a record of 6-7, and the Warriors, started out and they were kind of hit. They were in the top 12. They were ranked 12th, I think, at one point, and then they fell out. They played that rigorous schedule that we see, and all of a sudden they've won 3 in a row. And Coach Danny Franklin Prenty's group knocked off. Well, what a week they had. They went 3-0 last week. A week ago, they knocked off number 8 Southeast Polk at home. They won on the road at number 13 Ankeny on Friday night, and then they beat number 11 out of Class 4A, Indianola, at Indianola on Saturday afternoon. So they are on a winning streak, winning 3 in a row. So that's what we have coming to the table on this Tuesday night, Scott.
Right. And sometimes when your team is struggling like theirs was, and you start to get on a roll there and start to feel good about yourselves and how you're playing, and more continuity with players coming back and knowing what their roles were, maybe their anticipated roles at the beginning of the season. And now you start to fall back into that. And that, again, provides a challenge for the Maroons tonight to take on a team that's feeling a lot more confident than maybe they did a month and a half ago when we first saw this matchup.
Yeah, no question about it. And, of course, the Dowling girls coming off quite a run themselves. They come in with a record of 9-4. They are 6th ranked after the big matchup Friday night against West Des Moines Valley. Dowling winning by 18 on their home floor against the 4th ranked Valley Tigers. And then last week defeating Ankeny Centennial on their Tuesday game. So and Centennial comes in ranked 7th this week. So Dowling girls are playing well, and I saw Coach Babinet and Coach Marr before the game during the JV girls game and say, hey, same order. Don't lose track of that order. Defense and execution and staying out of foul trouble.
Right, and they've done a much better job. But about halfway through the Urbandale game, they came out so slow. All of a sudden, they kicked in their on-ball defense, and that's been a theme for the Maroons to pick up their defense and make it difficult for the other team. They just need to keep that up. They're playing good on-ball defense, not fouling, which allows them to gap a little bit more and get into passing lanes and get some easy baskets, which really accentuates their offense.
Well, for Dowling, this is the first of 2 games this week. The Maroons home tonight against Waukee, and then they take on number 1 Johnston this Friday night here at the Dowling Gym for the second time. And, of course, Johnston bringing that winning streak with them. They've won 41 in a row. They're 15-0 coming into tonight's game as Johnston is hosting Urbandale for the second time this year. So that'll be a great matchup. And then Dowling girls next week, they're at number 13 Ankeny, and then home against 8th-ranked Southeast Polk next week. So 2 games this week, 2 games next week for Waukee. They are home on Friday night against their new arch rival, Waukee Northwest, the Battle of Waukee. Next week, they're at Ankeny Centennial on a week from tonight, next Tuesday, and then home against Urbandale on Friday. Then they have a game with Cedar Rapids, Washington on Saturday. So they have 3 games next week. Just kind of look forward to the schedule as we're winding things out. This is Dowling's 14th game in a 21-game season. And for Waukee, this is their 14th game out of a 21-game regular season. The 22nd game, of course, is the postseason.
Right. It just goes so fast, especially when you're getting down to the end here. And it seems like we just started the new year, and it's just going so fast. That's the best way you could say it.
All right. We're going to take a break here in the pregame show. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinett. Girls and boys high school basketball tonight here from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio. Waukee at Dowling. We'll return with more pregame starting lineups coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listen to Man Up with Joe Stopulos Monday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Julie Carlson from St. Ambrose Cathedral in Des Moines, Iowa. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium here in West Des Moines. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale, as we get set for Dowling and Waukee tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll have the girls' game first, followed by the boys' contest. Let's take a look at some other games going on tonight. In Central Iowa Metro League play, Urbandale. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders beginning at 6:15. Urbandale is at Johnston. Again, the Johnston girls ranked number 1. They have 41 wins in a row, and they're 15-0 going into tonight's game. Dowling plays Johnston at the Dowling Gym this coming Friday. Other games has, the 4th-ranked Valley girls and boys at Ankeny Centennial. Centennial girls ranked 7th, and the boys ranked 5th. Southeast Polk, the Rams ranked 8th in girls play at Waukee Northwest. And, of course, the Waukee Northwest boys ranked 2nd. They dropped from number 1 to number 2 with the loss last week. Other games has Dallas Center Grimes at Ankeny, and that's a great girls matchup, Scott. The Dallas Center Grimes gals ranked number 1 in Class 4A at number 13 in Class 5A, Ankeny, and that'll be a pretty interesting non-conference game.
It is, and it's for a smaller school, 4A to 5A, It's always a measuring stick. You're always looking to say, hey, how do we compete? And with Dallas Center Grimes growing like they are, much like Norwalk, those schools will probably be bumping up pretty quickly if they keep growing like they are.
And now in the Iowa Alliance, in boys play tonight, it's number 1 out of Class 1A, Grandview Christian, undefeated at 12-0, ranked number 1 in 1A at the Roundhouse at Des Moines Lincoln, at Des Moines Lincoln. And that game will not get underway until around 7:30, 7:45. There'll be a preliminary contest before that. Now, these are all girl-boy doubleheaders in the Iowa Alliance tonight. Ames is at North. Mason City is at Hoover. Fort Dodge at Roosevelt. Marshalltown at East. So all the 5 Des Moines public schools get a host tonight. Waterloo East is at Ottumwa, and Des Moines Lincoln girls have a bye tonight. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight for both Waukee and Dowling Catholic. We'll start with the Waukee Warriors. Their head coach is Danny Franklin Printy in her second year. 17 wins, 19 losses in the last couple years. She's assisted by her husband, Jared Printy, Abby Miller, and James Brooks. The Warriors come in with a record of 6-7. They've won. They're on a pretty good winning streak. They've won 3 in a row and won 4 of the last 5 games. They'll start this lineup. At point guard, Emily Sorensen, 5'9" sophomore, averaging 10.5 points. She'll be their point guard, wearing number 4. The other guard is Kirsten Hauk, 5'9" junior, averaging 11 points, and she will wear number 2. And the third guard is Gentry Williams, a 5'9" sophomore, wearing number 24, averaging 3.5 points. At one forward is Miranda Peters, a 5'10" senior, averaging 8 points, 5.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 3. And the other forward is Sophia Hope, a 5'11" junior, averaging 10.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. The Warriors average just under 51 points on offense, and they give up just under 49 points on defense. And again, their record is 6-7. Now for the Dowling Catholic Maroons. The Dowling girls come in with a record of 9-4. They're ranked 6th in Class 5A. And they'll start this lineup. At point guard, Ava Zedeker, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 19 points, leads the team in points and assists, averaging just over 3 assists, wearing number 13. The other guard is Layla Tritton, 5'8 sophomore, averaging 7.5 points, wearing number 15. And the third guard for Dowling, Julia Moore, a 5'6 senior, averaging 7 points, leads the team with 20 steals. She'll wear number 21. Got one forward for the Maroons, Ellie Olson, 5'10 sophomore, averaging 2 points, 3 rebounds. And finally, the other forward is Lauren Frericks, a 5'10 senior, averaging 6 points and 2.5 rebounds, wearing number 25. Dowling comes in with averaging 53.3 points on offense, giving up just over 46 points on defense. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 7th year, 115 wins, 37 losses here at Dowling, and assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. And again, Dowling has coming in, winning 7 of the last 8 games and 6 in a row. So, Scott, that's the tail of the tape, so to speak, and give us your comments before we go to our pregame formalities.
Yeah, I just say for the Maroons, don't overlook Waukee, knowing that you have Johnson coming in. Respect Waukee's win streak and take it to them tonight. Protect your home court. Get out and run and get some easy baskets to start this game and help your offense out. And then the last thing, just be great on-ball defense. Keep that going. It makes it difficult for them to operate in their offense and pushes them further out. And those are the things I would look for tonight.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the pregame show. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinette, Jennifer Phelps is our studio producer, and we'll be back with the tip-off. Dowling and Waukee, the girls' game, coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Did you know when you support Iowa Catholic Radio, you can make your donation go farther by asking your employer about matching gifts? Ask your employer about matching gifts, and thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742, Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Lois Brookhart from the Basilica of St. John in Des Moines, Iowa. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Alongside Scott Babinette, Mark Amadale, as we get set for Dowling and Waukee. Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. And should be a tremendous contest. Our officials are even here. I saw Mr. Joey Townsell. I always got to give a plug out to our officials. Hey, we need them. We appreciate them. And if you're not one, become one. And if you're going to yell in a game, make sure you know what's going on. That's my 2 cents worth. But our thanks to Joey Townsell, Scott Cook, and Chris Crawford, our 3 officials here tonight. And Scott, I know you've coached on the West Coast and you've coached here, but you never really got on the officials. They always do a great job, probably a better job than maybe the coaching. Can we go that far?
I would never do their job. That's all I'll say.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
Even in scrimmages, I wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't blow the whistle?
No, I understand it's a tough job. We've had a few discussions through the years, but mostly polite.
That's great. I know a lot of folks getting their big game in Ames tonight. Number 7, Texas at number 12, Iowa State men's basketball. Both teams tied at 4-1. And in second place in the Big 12. They'll tip off in about 45 minutes. Here we're tipping it off, and the ball is slapped in the back court. And they're going to do what? Joey Townsend says white ball. Okay, so
Dowling ball.
It was tapped in the back court by Waukee.
Or Waukee ball. Wait, Dowling ball.
Yeah, now they got it right. Dowling ball, possession arrow to Waukee. And here we go, underway. But, that game is going to be on ESPN Plus. And now Dowling with the ball, the inbound underneath their own basket, and they score on a layup by Ava Zediker from the right side.
Yeah, that was a good drive. That was a good attempt by Kirsten Hauk to get the ball early for her team, though.
2-0 Dowling. Both teams on winning streaks. Waukee's won 3 in a row. Dowling's won 6 in a row. Now here's a steal as the Warriors got the ball at the free throw line. Steal by Dowling. Now corner 3 by Frerichs, up and good. Lauren Frerichs. 5-0 Dowling. Timeout. Waukee and Danny Franklin Printy. This will be a 30-second timeout, and the Maroons up 5-0 after that corner 3 on the left side by Frerichs there, Scott Babinett.
Right, and that's what you want if you're Dowling. That's 2 baskets off of basically easy inbound play, and then pushing the ball up and hitting that corner 3 like they like to do. And that just that's what Dowling likes to build on before they even get into their half-court offense, and to put the pressure on them right away.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Dental Associates, along with Construction Professionals and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinett here right behind the scorers table at the Dowling Gym. Jennifer Phelps is our studio producer once again tonight, and Waukee out of the timeout has the basketball. They work the ball around the perimeter, and they get a nice open shot, top of the key 3 by Kirsten Hauk, and it's 5-3 Dowling.
Yeah, that was a good kick out from a post-up position. One of the things I think Dowling should be worried about lately is the deep post position teams are getting on them. But that was a good kick out by Waukee for an open shooter.
Waukee stays man-to-man as they were in their opening possession. Underneath, the ball might have been partially blocked. It was, as a shot by Julia Moore is no good. Now outlet pass stolen away by Olsen. Ellie with it underneath, a little up and under, and shot no good. Well defended that time by Miranda Peters of Waukee, and rebound out to Hauk and the Warriors. They work underneath, shot up and good as Hauk, a spin move in the lane. She's got all 5 of Waukee's points, and we're tied at 5 with 6.5 minutes to go, first quarter.
You have to say that's an effective timeout by Waukee, huh?
It sure was. I think Coach decided, hey, this is what we need to do, and Coach Franklin Printy will let him know that. Now the entry pass by Frerichs is stolen away by Waukee. Or stolen away by Waukee, and it might have been Peters with it, and underneath, a shot no good by Hauk. Tried that same play again, and a whistle and a foul on the pass. And they're going to get Dowling for the foul to be on Layla Tritton. The first team foul of the game. With 6 minutes left to play here in the first quarter, we're tied at 5, Dowling and Waukee.
Waukee's showing great effort here and staying on the boards and really pushing the Maroons to see if they're going to toughen up here.
Hauk, Peters, Sorensen, Williams, and Hope, the 5 on the floor for Waukee. And now they're working inside. A shot up and good.
Yeah, they're making a concerted effort on post-ups again, kind of trying to bury the Dowling defenders to get good out. And that was a good high-low for them.
As they got Sophia Hope involved that time, their post player, and she scores. Now Dowling underneath, a shot up and good. And they're going to count the basket, and a foul on the play on the Warriors. Gentry Williams commits the foul. That's the first one of the night for Waukee. And at the free throw line will be Ava Zediker, who had just scored her 4th point, and a chance for an and one here.
Yeah, she just did a great job of getting into the lane and then using her shoulder to keep distance and draw that foul and finish through contact.
Tied at 7. Free throw by Zediker, good. She has 5 points. If I remember, she's now 19 for 19. I think she went 8 for 8 Friday night and 10 for 10 last Tuesday. What a week she had. Remember any kid going through a week without missing free throws?
No.
Zediker's one of them. Now she just started the new week off. And now right in front of us, 3-pointer by Emily Sorensen is good. Sorensen gets the start in this contest. She came off the bench coming off an injury last time the two teams played. Now here's Moore underneath. Her shot partially blocked out of bounds to Dowling. As Waukee now with a 2-point lead, 10-8 over Dowling on the Sorensen 3-pointer. And she's missed a lot of games, but she's second on the team and made 3-pointers with now 17.
Yeah, I mean, again, it looks like a different team from what we saw in December, and they're just doing a lot of good things here tonight.
Now Ellie Muller in the lane for Dowling. She gets the pass. Her shot up and no good. She's guarded by Hope of the Warriors. Rebound comes out to Waukee, and they're in the front court leading by 2. As sitting down for Dowling is Layla Tritton and Ellie Olson. Also in there, Marin Heller, 5'3" sophomore. So a freshman and sophomore in the lineup for Waukee, and now traveling on the Warriors. And turnover back over to Dowling. Women's going right to left towards the south basket, wearing their home white uniforms, maroon numbers, and Waukee and their visiting blue uniforms with black numbers and white trim. Scott?
And one of the things that Coach Meyer's done, we haven't really talked about this year, is she subs a lot and keeps the girls fresh, going basically the 7-person rotation. So she does quite well with that, and that's why we see a lot of the substitutions back and forth.
Usually it's about the 5-minute mark, and a shot in the corner no good by Moore. It rebounded by Ellie Muller, and now a jump ball as Muller couldn't get the offensive rebound and put back to go. Held ball, it'll be Waukee possession.
Yeah, you just want to keep that rebound up and go right back up with it and draw a foul possibly rather than bringing it down.
10-8. Waukee by 2. Full court pressure by Dowling. Moore knocks the ball out of bounds. They try to enter the ball through Kirsten Hauk, who is their point guard. She or Emily Sorensen will play that spot. We got a whistle and a foul, and that's the foul you don't want to see. 80-some feet away, and that foul will be on Dowling's Ava Zediker.
Yeah, they're just trying to make it difficult to get the ball in, change it up a little bit, and speed Waukee up a little bit, and maybe force them into mistakes. But that was a tough foul to take right there.
Now here's Sorensen dribbling across the timeline. Leaves it for Hauk. Hauk leads the team with made 3-pointers, including one tonight. She has 22 on the season. Now a long 3 up and no good by Sophia Hope. Out of bounds to Dowling. Hope, the transfer from Valley, averaging 10.5 points, leads the team averaging 6.5 rebounds, and has 8 blocks, and just missed that shot from the top of the key.
Yeah, it was probably a little more a rush. She didn't have to take it that soon. One of the things they do, again, they've been trying to post up a little bit more. One thing Dowling's have to do is get pressure on the ball, especially on that pass, so it's not such an easy pass into the post.
Here's Zediker with it. 13 on the shot clock. Heller at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. And the rebound, Waukee. And Murren Sallow. Now we got a whistle and a foul in the backcourt on Heller. And that's the second foul that's beyond the half-court line for Dowling, deep in the backcourt. Second foul, 2 out of their 3 fouls have been back there.
Yeah, you want to put pressure on, make it tough, make them take some time off the shot clock without fouling, and so far they are missing their objective on that.
So Sallow, a 5'10 freshman in the lineup. Now they work underneath, and a shot off up and no good by Sallow. Steals the inbounds pass from Moore. Her shot blocked by Julia Moore, and she just picked up her second foul. And Sallow all over that offensive glass, and then bothered Moore in the backcourt, and Julia has checked out her first foul. And now substitution. Ellie Olson will check in for Moore. And free throws coming for Murren Sallow. 5'10 freshman, 53% free throw shooter on the season, and she'll get 2 here. 14 foul on Dowling. First one is no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear.
Quite honestly, just coming out of that first 5-0 rush by Dowling, Waukee's been the aggressor, and Dowling needs to just come up with a good possession here and get on the board again.
And thus the timeout by Coach Danny Franklin Prenti was a pretty good one. Now here's Heller with it on a back cut by Zediker. Pull-up jumper up and good. Hits the side of the rim and rolls through. And Marin Helen with her first 2 points. 11-10. Waukee by 1.
That was a good touch by her on that.
Warriors' largest lead has been 3 tonight. Dowling's largest lead has been 5, all in the first quarter. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. Warriors by 1. And now here's Hauk. A head fake, a pull-up jumper right wing. Good. Kirsten Hauk with her 7th point here in the first quarter. 13-10. Waukee by 3. 2.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Heller with the ball. Leaves it for Olsen. Ellie dribbles the lane, kicks it back out to Heller, left side. Now Frerichs has it top of the key. They'll hand it off to Zedeker. Zedeker down the lane, left side. Her shot through traffic goes out of bounds. They say it went off a Waukee, and she was double teamed as she attacked the glass.
Yeah, Dowling's doing a good job of opening up shooters on the perimeter. If they'll hit them in stride and not miss that pass, they just need to be more precise to get the openings that they want.
Here's Zedeker with it. Waukee with good help defense. 2 minutes to play. Corner three up, no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling and Ellie Olsen. Back out to Zedeker. Brand new shot clock for the Maroons. Has a minute 55 remaining on the game clock here in the first quarter. Waukee by 3. Dowling with possession. Here's Frerichs on the baseline. Has the ball go out of bounds, and they say it went off of Frerichs. And now substitutions for the Warriors, as we'll see Miranda Peters back in the lineup, and she will replace Murin Salo.
That's 4 turnovers for the Maroons in this first quarter, which is a little bit higher than you want.
Mara Yokeel in the lineup for Waukee, a 5'10 junior, averaging 3 points. She wears number 14. Now in the lane is Hope. Her shot up, no good, and a foul called as Hope was hit in the side of the head. Foul on Dowling. It'll be on Lauren Frerichs, her first. So Dowling now with its 5th team foul. Free throws coming now for Sophia Hope, who is a 57% free throw shooter on the year.
There's a couple tough possessions right in a row for Lauren there.
And the first free throw good by Sophia Hope. 15 foul on Dowling, 1 on Waukee. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Second free throw by Hope is good. She has 4 points. And it's 15-10. Waukee now with a 5-point lead. So both teams have had 5-point leads in this first quarter with a minute 20 remaining.
Yeah, it's basically a 15-5 run for Waukee right now.
Here's Zedeker with it. Shot clock under 20. Zedeker in the lane. Her shot up, no good, and drew the foul. And 2 free throws coming for Zedeker. Went through a lot of traffic there. And that foul will be on Sophia Hope, her first. So the second team foul on the Warriors, and Zedeker to the line.
Yeah, Maroon's ball movement or player movement is kind of stale right now. So Ava went into the lane and kind of forced things, but drew the foul there.
First free throw by Zedeker is good. Reminder, tonight we will have the boys game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Waukee, ranked 3rd, taking on the Dowling boys, who came off last week going 1-1, knocking off 6th-ranked Ankeny Centennial last Tuesday night, and then losing to Valley here at the Dowling Gym on Friday. Now the Warriors underneath. As Zedeker makes most free throws. Shot up and no good by Yokeel, and a whistle and a backcourt foul on the Warriors. And they are going to get Yokeel with the foul. So it was one of those things where she missed the basket, came back, and a frustration foul in the backcourt. 13 foul on the Warriors.
Right, and it's kind of what you talked about with Dowling. They had a couple of those in the backcourt that you don't want.
15-12. Waukee by 3. A long 3 by Zedeker, no good. Might have been partially blocked beyond the 3-point line, but rebound out to Waukee. 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. This is Peters with it in the lane. Gets it underneath, can't get off a shot. That's Gentry Williams with it to Hope. Hope, long 3, right wing, up off the back iron, no good. Rebound Dowling. Shot clock turned off, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Dowling trailing by 3, 15-12 to Waukee.
Yeah, Dowling got your 2-for-1 for you, Mark, late in the quarter.
We always look for that. I was wondering when that part of the coaching philosophy is going to be noticed. And here we are in our 13th game, and we're doing it.
Well, we hadn't talked about it probably since the last Waukee game.
Check that, the 14th game. I stand corrected. Here is Olsen underneath. Her shot partially blocked by Hope, and that's how the quarter will end with the score. Waukee leading Dowling 15-12 at the end of the first quarter. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinat will return with the second quarter after this 1-minute break from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
How far is too far?
Ask yourself, will I wish that my future wife had gone further with other men? Or instead, that they had respected her dignity? You see, how far is too far usually means, how much can I use this woman without going too far? any use is too far. It shows that you don't care about giving love at all, but just taking physical pleasure. Now, obviously, God intends the gift of love to be accompanied with physical pleasure, whether it's holding your bride's hand or something far more intimate. But first, it has to be a gift of love. And what does that mean? St. Paul knows. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to sanctify her. And how did Christ do that? By sacrificing everything and enduring death on a cross. So, if you give your whole life to your bride, that's called marriage, with all the joy and sacrifice that entails, then that pleasure will truly come from the love it signifies. For more, go to YoungCatholicMinute.com.
And we are back here at the Dowling Gym, beginning of quarter number 2 in the girls' contest. Waukee 15, Dowling 12. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Dowling will have the ball first. And, Scott, you got to look at the first quarter statistics before we get underway.
Yeah, Dowling was 4 for 14 from the field, 1 for 4 from the three-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Now, back cut by Ava Zedeker. The pass from Frerichs, top of the key. The layup good by Zedeker, and she has 9 points. Go ahead, Scott.
7 total rebounds and 4 turnovers, whereas Waukee was 500 from the field, 5 for 10 from overall, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, 3 for 4 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 turnovers.
All right, and a whistle and a foul as Waukee attacks the glass. Foul on Julia Moore. That is her second. So foul trouble already for the Maroons, and free throws coming for the Warriors. Kirsten Hauk misses the first free throw. She is a 78% free throw shooter, leads the team, and misses the first as Heller will check in. Marin Heller, the 5'3 sophomore for Dowling, in the lineup as Moore on the bench with 2 fouls. Second free throw, no good. Rebound Frerichs. So the Warriors go 0 for 2 there, and Dowling with the rebound.
And Dowling came out with that backdoor cut off the wing for Zedeker. They really like that play, and when they get the right angle, they execute it quite well.
Dowling with 4 of their 5 starters in there. Heller off the bench now for Julia Moore. Wins with the basketball. Here's Frerichs, top of the key with 15 on the shot clock. Dribble handoff to Heller. She goes the right side. Heller works the right side, goes baseline. Backdoor cut to Zedeker. In the corner it goes to Tritton for 3. Up and in and out, and almost went back in. No good with the shot. Hauk with the rebound, and the Warriors have it.
That hit 3 or 4 times, didn't it?
Almost had the Scott Babinet roll, and I say almost, but didn't. And a rebound out to Waukee. And Dowling pressuring the ball after make or miss tonight, Scott, we've noticed.
Some might say she did get the Babinet roll there.
Now a back cut by Hauk, and she couldn't handle the pass from Mara Yokeel. Turnover against Waukee.
We'll say she needed the Coach Meyer roll.
15-14. Waukee by 1. Dowling's had a 5-point lead back in the first 5 points of the game were scored by Dowling, and Waukee comes storming back. They led by 5, and now it's a 1-point lead. Here's Zedeker in the lane, kicks in the corner. Heller for 3 and a catch and shoot. It's no good off the back iron. And the rebound out to Waukee and Gentry Williams.
Better possessions, though, this quarter to start. So they're moving the ball a little bit better, opening up in gaps and getting wide open shots. They just need to fall.
Looks like the Warriors with their starting 5 in there. Hauk with it. Over to Sorensen. Looking for a cut. Now Yokeel is in there, and it's steal by Zedeker. Ball still loose. Dowling comes away with it, and we've got a jump ball. It'll be possession arrow to Waukee.
They just couldn't get that. It was just rolling around there, and all of a sudden, they're both of them grabbing it.
Yeah, and good hustle by Zedeker, and now they're going to get the shot clock set up. They reset the shot clock, and they do not want that reset. And Chris Crawford comes over to the bench, and we get it all figured out. They'll put 8 on the shot clock. Waukee's ball underneath their own basket. Here is Hauk for 3, up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Olsen on the weak side as she outdueled Yokeel. Now Zedeker on the right side, can't get off a shot. Heller will, she'll shoot it. 3-pointer, no good by Marin. And a rebound out to Waukee and Hauk.
Yeah, again, another wide open shot. They're just not falling for the Maroons right now.
You like to see, Heller can shoot it. She hasn't been as aggressive as a year ago, and hopefully tonight might be one of those nights. Now a shot blocked by Frerichs into the hands of Waukee. Put back up and no good by Yokeel on the offensive board as it was partially blocked. Rebound Dowling. It's Frericks, Heller, Olsen, Zedeker, and Tritton, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Now here's Tritton on the left baseline. Dribbles to the lane. Tries to leave it for Olsen. The ball is loose. Olsen fights her way with it. Tries to get over to Frericks, and Tritton, and she threw it away off of Tritton's hands.
Yeah, just going a little too fast here. Just, sometimes you just need to pull it back to the top and start over.
So substitutions now for Waukee. Yokeel will check out. So will Sophia Hope, or she will check back in, rather. Hope had to run back. She had to throw it in front of her own bench to our left.
It was good hustle, I'll say that.
It was. She went from the opposite baseline to get there. And Sorensen now dribbles in the front court. Warriors running their motion offense. Both teams have been in man-to-man when they've been playing on defense. We haven't seen any zone here in the first half. 4:40 left to go, 15-14. Waukee by 1. Now into the lineup for Dowling, and that's Ellie Muller. And she deflects the pass into the hands of Tritton, and she comes down court and draws the foul. Foul will be on Waukee, and it'll be on Sorensen. So Emily Sorensen picks up the foul. That is team foul number 14 foul on the Warriors. Non-shooting, and Tritton will throw it in underneath her own basket.
Does it surprise you as non-shooting?
Yeah, she didn't get it out of her hands.
Okay.
I could see that from here. I would never second guess our man, Joey Townsell.
Every once in a while, it's fun.
Here is underneath, a shot no good by Frericks, as she was 1-on-1, and now the outlet pass thrown away by Heller. Dowling keeps the possession in a brand new shot clock. 4:10 to go, first quarter, or first half rather, and Dowling trails by 1. And here's Zedeker with it. Zedeker down the lane, left-handed layup, no good. Offensive rebound, Muller put back up, and it rolls off the rim, no good. But Muller gets the foul, and that'll be on Miranda Peters.
Yeah, that's more what we talked about for Ellie Muller, getting the ball and then keeping it up and going right back up with it. It's good to see her finally get back to the lines. I think it's been a couple of games since she's been there.
So she'll go to the line here. 15-14, the score remains. Dowling with the only 2 points of the second quarter. Waukee has yet to score here in the second quarter. They are 0 for 2 at the line, and first free throw no good by Muller.
A great defensive quarter, right?
Correct. We've had those. Second free throw good by Muller. That's Ellie's first basket, or first points of the night, I should say. Averaging 6.5 points. Leads the team off the bench with 7 rebounds, does Muller. And we're tied at 15, Dowling and Waukee. 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys coach, will join us at halftime, so stay tuned as we interview the Dowling boys coach before their game with number 3 Waukee. And now in the lane, a shot up and good by Kirsten Hauk.
Yeah, she was persistent on that drive. Got that little cutback move for a layup.
9 points for Hauk, and now whistling a foul on Hauk as she was guarding Zedeker, but Ava gave up the ball to the corner, and on the pass, a foul on Waukee. And I believe, what do we got here? That is 16 fouls on each team. So we're going to have free throws the rest of the way on the next foul. Heller with it as Dowling inbounds the ball with a brand new shot clock. Now a long three by Zedeker is good. Just in front of that volleyball line between half court and the top of the key. Ava with her 12th point.
Yeah, that was good confidence on her part. One of those like, maybe no. Okay, good shot.
That's what your coaches always say, yes. Right. Now in the lane, a shot no good. Offensive rebound and put back good by Sophia Hope. Sophia Hope with her 6th point. And it's 19-18. Waukee by 1 as we trade leads.
You know, it's just a good job by Waukee by comparison to the last game. They've stayed in this all the way.
You know, turnaround jumper good is Zedeker got the pass on the backdoor cut and then kept the ball, tried to go outside with it, did a nice little pivot and stepped up and shoots and scores 14 points now for Zedeker. And now a steal by Dowling.
Yeah, good job by Marin Heller on ball defense to draw that turnover.
Outlet pass goes to Zedeker in the corner to Frericks. She drives baseline, cut off nicely by Hope. Now to Zedeker. Waukee stays man-to-man. Zedeker goes around her defender. Her shot up no good. Rebound Sorensen and Waukee as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first half with Dowling leading by 1. lost track of the lead change. I think we're up to 5.
Yeah, Waukee has done a good job of getting their hands on those shots. A lot of the bottom of the ball, a lot of shots coming up short for the Maroons tonight.
Now down the lane, shot too strong is no good by Hope. Offensive rebound, Waukee. And the putback up and no good by Murin Sallow. Rebound, Dowling. Here's Ellie Olson, who's back in the lineup. Underneath, her shot up and no good. Hits the deck, almost takes out the official, and she drew the foul and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, that was another step in the improvement that we're seeing from Ellie Olson. She's being aggressive. She's done a lot of good things to create shots for others, and then she just drove really hard to draw that foul.
Ellie Olson only been on the free throw line 10 times this year. First one up and no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, Skeffton's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Heller will check out of the Dowling lineup. And checking in, I believe, is it Tritton?
Tritton.
Okay. As Julia Moore and Heller will be on the bench in Dowling's rotation of 7 players. Second free throw, no good. Now we've got a lane violation on Waukee. Yokeel stepped in from the right block, stepped in just a little too soon, and they'll do it again.
It's like it never happened.
Correct. Right? Ellie Olson, 4 of 11 from the free throw line this year. Second one up, no good off the back iron. Ball slapped around and into the hands of Miranda Peters, and Waukee with it. Minute 30 remaining in the half, Dowling by 1. Here's Yokeel in the lane, and her shot blocked by Ellie Olson. That's a mismatch in itself. Yokeel at 5'10" and Ellie at 6'1", and a block shot. Dowling with the ball.
And Ellie does such a good job of just keeping the distance from the offensive player to get that.
Now Tritton from the left baseline, or from the left three-point line, dribbles baseline and shoots and scores off the glass from the left side. Dowling by 3, 22-19. Minute to play here in the first half from the Dowling gym. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinette. It's our girl-boy doubleheader, Dowling and Waukee. They lob it inside to Hope. Hope turns. Her shot is blocked by Frericks. Frericks comes away with it. 3-on-3 fast break. Her outlet pass stolen away by Hauk. Here's Waukee with an uncontested layup that's good. Kirsten Hauk, steal and basket.
Yeah, they're just challenging so much better than game 1 in December, and it's like we have a different team, completely different opponent from them.
All right, shot clock turned off. Final 25 seconds of the first half, and a 10-second violation on Dowling as Coach Meyer was giving instructions to Zediker, and she was kind of walking it up. And you got to get the ball over half court when it gets to 25 in the shot clock. What's it read? 24, and she wasn't over half court. Turnover against Dowling.
Yeah, it was a total unforced turnover there. That's not what you want to see there.
All right, Hauk with 11 points, leading the way for Waukee. Emily Sorensen with 3 points, 6 points for Sophia Hope, and Sallow off the bench with 1 point. That's the scoring for Waukee. 10 seconds remaining, Dowling by 1. With the ball is Hauk, and she has the ball stolen away momentarily by Tritton. And they say it went out of bounds off Tritton as she was battling over there with Gentry Williams. Warriors will have it with 5 seconds to play, and they'll inbound the ball at half court from right in front of the Dowling student body across from us. There's Hope with it. Stolen away by Tritton, and we'll go to halftime with Dowling having a 22-21 lead as the Maroons hold Waukee to 6 points in that second quarter. Dowling outscoring Waukee 10-6 in that second quarter. Dowling led by Ava Zediker at halftime with 14 points. 3 points for Lauren Frericks. Julia Moore did not score and battled foul trouble. She has 2 fouls. Layla Tritton with 2 points. Marin Heller with 2 points in the first half for Dowling. Ellie Olson 0 for 2 at the free throw line, did not score in the first half. As Ellie Moeller off the bench for the Maroons with 1 point. We go to halftime, and Dowling leading 22-21 alongside Scott Babinette. Mark Amadale. I want to thank our sponsors. They include Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Alongside Scott Babinette, I'm Mark Amadale. We want to thank Jennifer Phelps for warning the board tonight. We'll take a 1-minute break here at halftime, Jennifer. A 1-minute break and return with our halftime guest. Clay Thielking, the Dowling boys coach, will join us here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Have you downloaded the Iowa Catholic Radio app? It's easy through the Apple App Store on iPhone or through Google Play on Android. Search Iowa Catholic Radio and download the app. You can listen to Iowa Catholic Radio Talk or Iowa Catholic Radio Music. Listening to Iowa Catholic Radio is easy.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
This is Father Alex Kramer from the Diocese of Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Scott Babinak, Mark Amadale here at halftime of the girls contest. And it is Dowling leading Waukee 22-21 here at the half. And now joined by head coach Clay Thielking of Dowling Catholic as the Maroons prepare for Waukee in the boys matchup for the second time this year. And Coach Thielking, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you taking time out before your game. I had a chance to talk to one of your assistant coaches. I'm not saying he's one of your better assistant coaches, but he's on your staff, and that's Jimmy Nahouse before the game. And knowing they just kind of, you flushed that game Friday night with Valley, and you turn around, and all of a sudden you got Waukee, another top 5 matchup for the Maroons. But the challenge is there, and I think your team's ready tonight.
I hope so. Yeah, rough one the other night. And those happen. It's a long season, and it was one of those nights, for us. And yeah, so we'll see how they respond. We flushed it quickly, like you said, and the kids have had 2 really good days of practice. And obviously another huge challenge for us tonight, so I'm anxious to see how our guys respond.
Well, in the Valley game, to be quite honest, of all the teams we've seen this year, yes, there's a lot of them in the top 10, but I think Valley physically is spot for spot on the floor. They put 5 guys out there. They interchange their rotation. That is a tough matchup, at least for this Dowling team thus far, and that's a team you don't have to worry about, and hopefully not in the same bracket, but they are good, and B.J. Windhorst has done a great job with them, too.
Totally agree. Really tough. Yeah, it's a really tough matchup for us, and they sped us up. I don't think we ever really found an offensive rhythm, and we got open shots, but everything just seemed a little rushed. And that's something you can't simulate in practice, Mark, and I got to do a better job of trying to do that. But it's different with those guys, and you're right, BJ does a great job, and they're hot now. I mean,
yes, they are.
They're clicking, and they got up on us early, and were really comfortable the whole night, and yeah, we never got any traction. It was just one of those nights, And looking at the film, our guys did some good things, but when you don't shoot it well, it's just nothing looks good. And but credit to Valley, they were the better team, and we'll move on.
Yeah, and you will move on, and you got to look for some positive things out of any loss or a win, and one of them is Riddick Metten. Probably had his best game. He's the only Dowling player in double figures Friday night against Valley. But Riddick had one of those games. You can see he's on the cusp of a breakout because this is a kid who's never played varsity basketball until this year, and all of a sudden he's just starting to put together more so, being aggressive after Christmas, and now if he can just put everything together, and he did most of that, it seemed like, Friday night.
He did a good job. Yeah, he was a bright spot for us. Hit a couple threes, shot it well. He's always undersized at his position, and he's learning how to kind of overcome that. And he plays hard, and he fights, and we got to keep him out of foul trouble a little bit. But we've been really pleased with his progress. And you're right, it's coming at him fast, and he's grown up pretty quickly, and there's a lot more room for growth, but we've been really happy with him.
Well, Coach, you took on Waukee, back on December 9th, so just over a month ago. 75-54 Waukee over at their gym. What do you remember about that game, and how is that matchup? Is it similar to what we saw Friday night with Valley? They have some physical kids, but you don't have physical kids at every position, and that's favorable to Dowling tonight. What are some of the thoughts you see from game 1 to game 2 between Waukee and Dowling?
I thought we played pretty well over there. I think it was a one-possession game, and at the end of the third quarter, they got a steal and a bucket to go up 5. And then there was a run of 2 or 3 minutes where we were all of a sudden down 15, and that's that's tough to overcome against these guys, especially at their place. And so I thought the final score was a little deceiving. I thought we hung with them most of the game, and we were very, we're not into moral victories, but our kids, I think, gained a lot of confidence from that game. But in reality, we're a totally different team at this point, and so are they. I think both teams have improved a lot. They're bigger. They're bigger at every position. They're long. Obviously, Omaha brings a level of athleticism that you just don't see typically at this level. The Pfeiffer kid's a college player, and he's playing really well right now. He had 22 the other day at Indianola, and so, the complementary players are really, really good players.
Yeah, they are. And Littlefield had the game-winning basket against their arch rival, Waukee Northwest, early in the year. And you have, not Littlefield, but you mentioned Pfeiffer, but they have guys coming off the bench, so they'll bring it, and it's a great battle, but it's a great game to be involved with. And I think your kids like these challenges. I know that. They don't back down.
They do. They better not, because if they do, it's going to be ugly. And we're honest with them. That's our only chance is to outfight, out-scrap people, and they did that the first time against these guys, and that's what I was most proud of, is they didn't back down, and hopefully they play in the same manner tonight.
Well, as we talked before you got on the radio tonight, Coach, it's a busy week for you, and then you're going to mix in maybe some missed practices with the snowstorm moving in tomorrow afternoon, and Thursday doesn't look good at all, so you may miss some practices, but you've got 3 games scheduled tonight with Waukee, and then Friday night, second time around with Johnson here at the Dowling Gym, and then this team Iowa City West coming in on Saturday. That game was supposed to be played right before the Christmas break, and weather postponed that until Saturday, so you got a 3-game week.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I got a feeling there's going to be more games than practices. I'm just saying that out loud.
That's okay. It's all right. Our practices have been shortened up quite a bit just to keep guys fresh and get shots up and tweak things and go over scout stuff. And so it's that time of year where league-wise we've seen everybody once and vice versa, so there's a lot of familiarity there. It's a tough week, though. I mean, honestly, it can overwhelm you if you look too far ahead, so it's literally taking it one day at a time, and it's nothing's easy, Marr. I don't know who scheduled this schedule.
Athletic directors.
It wasn't me.
What was it? This is with Clay Fielking, the Dowling boys basketball coach. Halftime of the girls contest. Dowling girls leading 22-21, and Coach, before you go, what are some of the keys tonight, especially with your matchup with Waukee and Omaha Blue the second time around?
Yeah, we got to stay connected early. Like I mentioned, Valley got a lot of separation early and was able to play very comfortably, and the basket looked really big to those guys. I think we got to be solid defensively early and make things tough for them, keep them out of rhythm. And offensively, we've got to trust our offense and trust our movement, make them guard us, and we got to make shots early to gain confidence. And if we do that, it'll be a game. But this is a team you don't want to play behind from, just because when they get loose and they all feel good and comfortable, they can score in a lot of different ways. So it's going to be interesting. Our guys will be ready. It'll be a good game.
Coach, appreciate you taking time, as always, at halftime of the girls' contest. Best of luck tonight. We're going to have Deviney on, Steve Deviney, at halftime of the girls' contest. Anything I don't know about before we get him back on the air?
Good luck with that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need help. Pray for me.
I will.
Clay Fielking, Dowling boys basketball coach. Best of luck to him. We'll take a break, come back. Halftime score, Dowling girls leading 22-21 over Waukee, alongside Scott Babinett. Mark Hemedale will return to the Dowling Gym after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Hi, this is Matt Wilcomb from Iowa Catholic Radio. In this season of new beginnings, it's a chance to reconsider priorities and reset relationships, including with God. We're here to help make that happen for listeners like Addie, who says, Iowa Catholic Radio grows my knowledge. Every time I turn on the station, I feel like I'm learning. Are you feeling the call to help others know just how much God loves them? Consider a gift of $30 a month at iowacatholicradio.com. That's iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. They started the second half. Dowling had the first possession of the second half. They got a shot in the lane that was no good by Lauren Frerichs. And back comes Waukee, and they get a shot that's good by Sophia Hope. That is her 8th point of the contest, as she had 6 at halftime. And all of a sudden, it's 23-22, Waukee by 1. Dowling gets the ball back, and they throw it away on the turnover. And now here are the Warriors with their second possession of the second half. And now a long three up and good from the right wing by Waukee. And that was a Miranda Peters with the three. That's her first 3 points of the night there, Scott. And the Warriors now have opened up their largest lead of 4 points here in the second half.
Yeah, I'll just say with Waukee, they've done a much better job tonight of being aggressive and attacking the Maroons, and just, Maroons are overplaying a little bit, and they're opening up for easy baskets and making it difficult on Dowling.
So Julia Moore, who gets the start here in the second half for Dowling, hits the first free throw. That is her first point of the night. Take a look at some of the scoring. Ava Zedeker leads the way for Dowling at 14 points at halftime. Second free throw by Moore is off the rim and rolls off, no good. Rebound Waukee. Lauren Frerichs with 3 points. Layla Tritton with 2 points. 2 points for Marin Heller off the bench. Ellie Olson did not score, and 1 point for Ellie Muller off the bench. Julia Moore just scored her first point. She was held scoreless in the first half, 26-23. Dowling trailing by 3. Now a steal by Ellie Olson on the bad pass by the Warriors. Here's Zedeker down the lane. Her shot off the glass. Good. Ava Zedeker found a seam, and that's all she needs. Shoots and scores her 16th point there, Scott.
Yeah, that was a good job by Ellie Olson to bait that pass and then take it and start the Maroons out on a fast break. Again, we've been talking about this last 3 or 4 games, how she's doing a lot of little things to get the Maroons going in a good way.
Warriors with the basketball, leading by 1. They go right to left as the teams flip baskets. They lob it inside. A shot off the glass, too strong, no good by Hope. And a rebound Dowling. Zedeker comes away with it. Just under 6 minutes to play. Zedeker tried to find Tritton underneath and threw it too hard. Tipped and intercepted by Hope of Waukee. Warriors the other way. Now here is Hauk with it. Kirsten Hauk led Waukee in scoring with 11 points in the first half. Gets it over to Peters. As Waukee will run their offense with 15 on the shot clock. They get it on the baseline. A shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Dowling. And what a strong move by Emily Sorensen as she went through 2 Dowling defenders.
Yeah, and we know this is kind of a concern for the Maroons coming in. Waukee's been posting up Sorensen and Hope, getting great position inside. And the Maroons are trying to fight through it, but they're struggling to get around. When they're trying to get around, they're just thrown over the top and getting easy baskets.
Julia Moore and Ellie Olson will check out of the lineup. Moore just picked up her 3rd foul. 5:21 to go, 3rd quarter. Waukee by 3, and now the and 1. It's free throw no good by Sorensen, as she has 5 points tonight, and we got a whistle and a foul on Waukee, and it'll be on Kirsten Hauk, her first, as she's guarding Ava Zedeker, Dowling's leading scorer, who comes in averaging 19 points a contest and already has 16 as we're underway here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. Early on in the season, Dowling had a couple other girls contributing double figures, and it's kind of leveled off. It's always interesting to see who's going to be the person to step up from game to game. And
now here's Zedeker for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Tip by Muller, no good. And a rebound Waukee, and Mara Yokeel, and now traveling on Waukee as Salo gets the ball on the left block and shuffles her feet before the ball was dribbled. Turnover against Waukee. It'll be Dowling basketball.
I really feel like the Maroons can get more going if they get more player movement off the ball to get the Waukee out of position a little bit more.
Dowling running their ball screens, running their little weave. Here's Zediker coming off a ball screen by Muller, and a layup good. I thought she was going to give it up, and Zediker just took it. 18 points now for Ava, her second basket of the second half, and Muller with a nice ball screen. Other way we go, underneath, a shot no good by Hope of Waukee, and the ball goes out of bounds to Dowling as the Warriors lead by 1, 28-27. 4:20 left to go third quarter. Mark Amadale and Scott Babinet courtside. Well, first row, behind courtside at the Dowling gym, behind the scorers table, and that's an interesting scorers table. Todd Crandall and Kevin Oddie, and now a whistle and a foul. As the ball got tipped in the backcourt by Waukee, and a whistle and a foul on Waukee. Emily Sorensen will pick up her third foul. And what a hustle there as Peters will check in for her.
Yeah, that's definitely not a foul you want there. It was hustle to the ball, but one of those things, you got the tip, you probably didn't need to dive in there like that.
So it'll be Dowling basketball. Team fouls now. Waukee with 3, Dowling with 1. Back in the first half, Dowling had 5 team fouls to Waukee's 1. So here's Dowling with the ball. Zediker defended nicely that time by Yokeel as they've rotated players on here. Check that. Gentry Williams now on Zediker. Underneath Frericks, her shot up too strong. Rebound, Muller, put back up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Waukee. Muller with the strong move, and Scott, she did not put the ball on the floor. She kept it at her, right around her hips and went straight up instead of bouncing the ball for a power dribble.
Yeah, and that's what she needs to do. That's when she was contributing earlier in the year a lot more on the offensive end. That's what she was doing, and that's what they need from her.
Second foul on Sophia Hope, and the free throw good by Muller.
And Ellie Muller is a good game changer for the Maroons. Her length really helps on the defensive side, and they just need to start getting some stops here. And if they get beat, force their girl towards Ellie.
Yeah, Muller just a freshman at 6'1", and she puts that strength on here in the next 3.5 years. We'll see her. That'll be interesting watching her progress. Dowling by 2 now, 30-28. Another lead change. I think it's at 6 tonight between the two clubs. 3:15 to go third quarter. And now in the lane, a shot blocked by Muller, rebounded by Waukee. The putback up and no good, and now we got a shot clock violation as Peters tried to put it up. And a shot clock violation on Waukee.
Yeah, that was 3 shot opportunities there. And just
never touched the rim.
Yeah.
Yep. I think one was partially blocked by Muller. Dowling with the ball now, leading by 2. Here's Olsen in the lane. Shot with the left hand too strong. Rebound Muller on the weak side. And we got a whistle and a foul on Sophia Hope of Waukee, I believe is who Joey Tonzel. Yep, fouls on Hope. That'll be her third. Hope, the 5'11 junior. Sophia transferred from Valley after last year and has been playing for Waukee as Warriors now will get Yokeel back in the lineup, number 14, replacing Sophia Hope. Dowling will enter Layla Tritton, and she'll replace Lauren Frericks. So Frericks and Moore on the bench for Dowling.
And I think in spite of the strength differential right now, if Ellie Muller is able to, gather herself a little bit quicker and go up and use her agility, she'll get more opportunities that way.
Going to the basket is Ava Zediker, and she shoots and scores and draws the foul. The foul will be on Waukee and on Gentry Williams, her second. And Ava Zediker now with 20 points with a chance for an and one. Free throw good. 21 points for Zediker tonight, Scott.
Yeah, she's doing a great job and lengthening this lead out right away here.
Dowling 33, Waukee 28, and now an offensive foul on Waukee. They're going to get Yokeel with the illegal screen on Heller as Marin back in the Dowling lineup. And it'll be the 17th foul on Waukee, but this will be a non-shooting foul because it's a player control foul.
And one of the things that would clarify on Muller is she's kind of mechanical right now. It's like she'll catch it thinking and then going back. You get into the game where you're just reacting. That'll really help her with her finishing.
Now Dowling calling the timeout is a good job by the Waukee defense. They tied up Heller, and it'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. with 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter from the Dowling Gym. It's Dowling 33, Waukee 28 in the girls contest, along with Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale, back after this 1 minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Has anyone ever told you to pray about it and left you thinking, okay, but how? First, invite the Holy Spirit to be with you as you talk to God. Think about what is going on in your heart and mind. Be honest. Acknowledge to God what you're thinking, feeling, and desiring, because He wants you, the real you. Then, tell Him about what you're experiencing and entrust that to Him. Finally, let the Father love us. Ask yourself, how is God loving me right now? He is loving always. Sometimes we need to stop and think of our blessings, because that is where we can find God.
Matt Wilcom here from Iowa Catholic Radio. I'd like to thank you for your continued support of this apostolate. Because of you, we're reaching more souls in more ways than ever before. Whether you've had your faith strengthened by either our talk or music channels, or if you've been impacted by one of our other outreach initiatives, you experience firsthand the value Iowa Catholic Radio brings to the Catholic and Christian community. If you haven't made the decision yet to become a family member, please consider a $30 a month sustaining gift. Just visit iowacatholicradio.com, and welcome to the family.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Ava Zedeker, a little catch and go. She inbounded the ball, got the ball right back from Ellie Muller, and shoots and scores her 23rd point here in the third quarter. 35-28, Dowling with its largest lead of 7 points here in the contest. And on the play, an injury to Gentry Williams, ankle injury to Gentry, and she is being assisted off the field by head coach Danny Franklin Prenti. So that is never a good sign. It was after the shot by Zedeker, and she hit the floor and twisted her ankle apparently.
Yeah, hopefully she recovers quickly. That was just a great play by Dowling. It's that old school Cleveland Cavaliers play against the Bulls, inbound to the post and cut right off of it for a layup, and she tried to defend and just came down off balance.
All right, so here is Waukee with the basketball after the Dowling made basket. 7-point lead for Dowling. That is our largest lead of the night. Waukee's largest lead has been 5 points in this contest. Warriors with it. 15 on the shot clock. In the corner, a three-pointer by Salo is no good. Fight for the rebound, and Muller comes away with it, and we got a jump ball called as she brought the ball down near her hips in traffic, and Waukee forced the jump ball, and that'll be a turnover because all in the possession favors Waukee here, Scott.
Yeah, it's just being strong with the ball. And as a young player, sometimes you become mechanical rather than just reactive. And get that rebound, keep it up. You can outlet from over the top.
Now we got a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass. Zedeker will pick up her third foul. Oh, they got her for 2. Okay, that's 2 fouls for Ava. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 35-28, Dowling by 7 over Waukee. Both teams on winning streaks. Waukee's won 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Now underneath, a shot no good by Hauk, but a foul on Dowling. This will be on Zedeker, her third. Dowling comes in winning 6 in a row, as the Maroons have won 7 of their last 8 games. So a couple of streaking teams in here, and now Hauk will go to the free throw line shooting 2. First free throw in and out and back in, good.
And that's her first point of the second half.
Yes, it is. She has 12 points. She had 11 at halftime and played almost 6.5 minutes before scoring. Second free throw good. Hauk with 13 points to lead Waukee. She came in averaging just over 11. But Waukee has only had 3 starters score and then a couple of bench players. And now Waukee with the ball after a Dowling turnover. 35-30, Dowling by 5. Minute 30 remaining, third quarter here in this girls contest. Hauk in the corner gets it to Sorensen. Emily back to Hauk. They play a little 2-person game on the baseline. Sorensen backs in against Heller. Turnaround shot to left hand, leaves it short. Fight for the rebound, slapped around, brand new shot clock, and Waukee throws it away as a pass by Salo intended for Hauk right into the Waukee bench. It'll be Dowling basketball with 1:10 left to go in the third quarter here, Scott.
Yeah, Waukee's doing a great job of trying to post up where they find a mismatch, and you have to give Marin Heller thumbs up for her fight through that post-up, because she is defending a bigger, stronger player, and she's hanging right in there.
Both teams use about a 7-player lineup, with Heller and Olsen out for Dowling. Tritton replaces Heller, as you mentioned in the lineup. 50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Here's Zediker coming off a ball screen, playing with 3 fouls. Tritton on the baseline, can't get off a shot, and dives into the official, who ricochets into the cheerleaders. And Joey Townsell and Tritton are all okay, both okay, and so are the cheerleaders. We don't see that too often.
It
like
got
bowling.
quite congested right there.
It did.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep the shot clock at 10. They say the ball went out of bounds off of Waukee. So no foul called. Just bodies flying everywhere. Mostly out of bounds. Here's Zediker underneath the Muller. Layup up and good. The basket will count. And a foul on Saulo of Waukee. And how about that little give and go? Muller now with her second field goal and her 6th point.
And this is a good move right now by Coach Meyer to get Ava Zediker out here for the end of the quarter with 3 fouls. And it's been a while since the Maroons have run that screen and roll action with Muller. It's been a few games.
The free throw for the and one, no good. So Muller with 6 points. She's 2 for 4 at the line. 37-30, Dowling by 7. 30 seconds to play, 25 on the shot clock. Now Muller blocks a shot inside by Peters. Rebound Dowling and Heller. So it'll be Heller, Tritton, Moore, and Frericks. And Muller, the 5 and the 4 for Dowling. Maroons holding for the last shot. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Heller with it. Coming off a ball screen by Muller in the lane. Marin can't get off a shot. Guarded by Hout. In the corner goes to Frericks for 3. Up off the back iron, no good. Muller with the rebound. And she throws the ball at the rim and gets no call there. We've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 37. And Waukee 30 alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale. Jennifer Phelps is our studio producer tonight. We'll take a break. And the Dowling girls leading 37-30 over Waukee here at the Dowling Gym. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I am Denise Roush with the St. Boniface Catholic Church in Waukee. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Dowling has the first possession of the fourth quarter, and a basket underneath by the Maroons is good, and that was Layla Tritton working away in there. The ball got slapped around, and Dowling now with their largest lead of 9, 39-30 here in the fourth quarter over Waukee, Scott.
Yeah, that was just an overall great effort to be persistent, to get the ball back and drive hard for that layup.
Dowling outscoring Waukee 15-9 in that third quarter. The Maroons led by 22-21 at the half. Warriors underneath, and that Sorensen little scoop shot on the right side, good. She now has 7 points. And it's 39-32, Dowling with the lead. Here's Zediker back down court, leaves it for Frericks. Lauren dribbles baseline, can't get off the shot. Leaves it for Moore, and she's hit and fouled as she makes her advancement to the basket. And Sorensen now has picked up her 4th foul. And that'll be a 1-and-1 for Dowling and Julia Moore. Dowling was 7 of 12 through 3 quarters at the free throw line. They were 4 of 7 at halftime and now 7 of 12. Waukee 4 of 9 at the free throw line. Scott, you got to look at some numbers while Julia Moore attempts a 1-on-1.
Yeah, for the game, Dowling is 14 for 38 from the field through 3 quarters, 2 for 11 from the three-point line.
Moore's free throw no good. Rebound Waukee and Miranda Peters. Now a corner 3, it's up no good by the Warriors. They get the long rebound. Out to Peters for 3, it's no good. Top of the key, and Muller with the rebound as she outdueled Sophia Hope of Waukee. And now here's Zedeker in the lane. Her shot's blocked by Hauk. Fight for the rebound, and coming away with it is Miranda Peters and Waukee. Good hustle on both ends defensively.
Yeah, both teams are going. I mean, it's up and down pace. And again, not a lot of scoring, but the pace is very fast right now.
Here's Yokeel with it for the Warriors. Backs in against Moore. Julia's battled foul troubles, has 3 fouls. We'll go to that in a moment. They lob it inside. Bodies hit the floor. Zedeker is down there, but now a steal by Tritton. And Dowling with the ball with 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Maroons lead by 7. Again, we'll have the boys contest on Iowa Catholic Radio. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for that, as Zedeker's shot is no good. She thought it might have been partially blocked, but it hit the underside of the backboard. Foul trouble now. We'll kind of review that. Julia Moore with 3 fouls. Zedeker with 3 fouls for Dowling. Sorensen has 4 fouls for Waukee, and Sophia Hope with 3 fouls. And we're going to keep it here with just under 6 minutes to play. A timeout on the floor called. Dowling leading 39-32. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Waukee led at the end of the first quarter 15-12. Dowling outscored Waukee in the second quarter 10-6. Maroons with a 1-point lead at halftime, 22-21. And then Dowling outscored Waukee 15-9 in the third quarter. Maroons led by 7, 37-30 going into the fourth quarter. And both teams have played to a 2-2 tie here in the fourth quarter. And Scott, some of the things that come to mind for you thus far?
Well, Dowling's got an awful lot of open shots tonight. They just haven't knocked them down, and they just need to keep creating those opportunities. They can be a little bit more patient to get more drives down the lane. This last time, with Zedeker, they just went a 1-4, 4 across the baseline to give her room to drive, and she did. It just Waukee's gotten their hands on a lot of shots tonight, and I believe the refs were saying the last time she drove, the shot came back off her hand and out of bounds.
Again, Zedeker and Julia Moore, 3 fouls each for Dowling, the only Maroons in foul trouble. And of course, Dowling runs a 7-player rotation, as does Waukee. Emily Sorensen, a starter, with 4 fouls, and Sophia Hope with 3 fouls. Now here's Hope underneath. Her shot blocked by Muller again. I think she's got 3 blocks tonight. Rebound Dowling. And I'll tell you what, Ellie Muller, 6'1" freshman, having a defensive night for the Maroons and just altering or blocking shots, and Dowling comes away with it.
Right. She's a lot more active tonight. She got into the game, and now she's fully engaged. It was tough for her early on, but she's really gotten to this, especially on the defensive side.
There's Zedeker, skip pass over in the corner to the left side to Julia Moore. Takes a few dribbles towards the basket, and a jumper up and no good. Actually, the ball was blocked, but a foul on Waukee, and that will be on Murren Salo, her third, and free throws coming for Julia Moore, who is 1 for 3 tonight at the free throw line. Make it 2 for 4. First free throw is good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. A reminder, Jimmy Cataldo will join me for Game 2, the boys' game between Dowling and Waukee. Second free throw good by Julia, and she has all 3 of her points at the free throw line, where she is 3 of 5 tonight. 41-32, Dowling's lead now 9, as we approach the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Underneath, a wide open shot, no good by Hauk. I think she couldn't believe how wide open she was, and she commits the foul after Heller gets the rebound. Hauk turned, had nobody there, and she put up a shot probably a little quicker than she wanted to. Yeah. And this will be a double bonus now. 10th team foul on Waukee. Free throws coming for Zedeker. She'll have 2, but that's kind of what presented Hauk there. She turned, and nobody was guarding her.
Well, Marin Heller tried to get around her again, and they kind of just threw over the top, and she was wide open. Zedeker was there for the rebound. I mean, she just gotten a little bit too big of a hurry there to shoot that. I think she was surprised she was that open. But, again, they've been attacking Dowling's smaller guards tonight, trying to get those post-ups.
Noticed that a little bit Friday night against Valley. They were doing the same thing. And Zediker, perfect on the night. The free throw line, she makes both. She has 25 points in tonight's contest. Ava Zediker, the 5'10 sophomore for Dowling. 43-32, Dowling by 11. Maroon's biggest lead is right now. And now underneath is Sorensen. Her shot up and good with the left hand. Emily Sorensen playing with 4 fouls, shoots and scores. She has 6 of her 9 points here in the second half. That's a 9-point lead for Dowling, 43-34. Zediker the other way. To Moore, right side. Back to Zediker. Corner 3 right in front of Coach is up and good. Right in front of Coach Meyer. Gotta love that. 28 points for Zediker.
Right, and that was a play where they drive baseline and set a virtual screen for her on the kick out. And it's hard to believe they left Zediker wide open as Dowling's best player.
Well, Zediker and Moore interchanged. Moore went to the baseline, and they followed her. And now a shot in the lane, no good. Offensive rebound, Waukee. Put back good by Sallow. So Sallow with her 3rd point. That's her first field goal tonight off the bench. 4 minutes to play, Dowling by 10. And the basketball. Here's Moore. Handling the ball. Gets it to Heller. Dowling going to try to work that shot clock, which is at 20 in this possession. Heller dribbles baseline, and now a whistle. And Sorensen has just fouled out. Emily Sorensen got backed into, and she'll foul out with 9 points with 3:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And that does hurt them because she's one of the girls they try to post up on the smaller guards. But that was good patience by Marin Heller there. She was probing down the lane to see what she could get, and she went to pull it back out. And the Waukee player just got a little too aggressive. Sorensen got too aggressive on the defense there.
So Mara Yokeel will replace her as a free throw is good by Heller. Marin tonight with 3 points. She had a 2-point basket back in the first quarter. That's her first points the second quarter, or the second half rather, and she's now 2 for 2. Free throw good. She has 4 points, 48-36, Dowling by 12.
And Maroons are 6 for 7 in this quarter from the line.
Now a shot blocked by Heller out of bounds will be Waukee's basketball, and they'll keep possession with 26 on the shot clock. 3.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Dowling girls trying to make it 7 in a row going into this Friday night. And now here is Hauk with it on the inbounds pass. Her shot up no good. Drew the foul to be on Heller. That'll be Marin's second foul, and 2 free throws coming for Hauk.
You know, I'm going to say that was the right call to call that foul, but I'm really impressed with Heller's defense tonight. She's been real aggressive to the ball, gotten a few tips, a block shot, and she's just challenging everything, which is what you want.
Hauk's free throw is good. She now has 14 points in tonight's contest. 48-37, Dowling by 11. Second free throw by Kirsten Hauk, good. 15 points for Hauk, and a timeout called by Waukee. We'll take it with them. This will be a full timeout. Hauk now with 15 points. She's 4 of 6 at the free throw line and after those 2 free throws. And we'll take a 1-minute break here at the Dowling Gym. The score, Dowling Catholic 48, Waukee 38 in this girls contest. Fourth quarter, and we'll return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio needs you, whether it's assisting with events, answering the phone, distributing yard signs, or being a parish ambassador. Iowa Catholic Radio depends on you to help connect listeners with Christ. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to get involved.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
My name is Larry Cruzy from St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church in Petersburg, Iowa. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinett. Dowling inbounds the ball after that last free throws were made by Kirsten Hauk. Full court pressure by Waukee, but Dowling breaks the press. 3:15 to go, fourth quarter. And Dowling leading 48-38. He's trying to put this game away. Underneath Heller, her shot was blocked by Peters, rebounded to Waukee and Yokeel. We do have a final. Urbandale and Johnson. Johnson keeps their winning streak alive. They defeat Urbandale 74-29 over at the Urbandale, or at the Johnston Gym. So it is now 42 in a row for Johnson as they will take on Dowling on Friday night. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling. This will be on Julia Moore. That's her fourth. And the first free throw good for Hauk, who's now hit 5 in a row.
She's just been really aggressive for the Warriors tonight. Led them.
Second free throw good. Hauk with 17 points. 74-29 Johnston. So they'll have 42-game winning streak coming into the Dowling game Friday night. Record will be 16-0, and we'll have the game Friday night. Might be a well-attended game. Now the Maroons try to lob it inside to Muller, and it's stolen away by Peters, who's come up with some big plays here out of the timeout. And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point Dowling lead, but the Warriors have the basketball. Here is Hope with it. Gets it out to Hauk. Hope off a ball screen, gives it to Hauk. Now back to Hope for three, up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Zedeker. 2:20 to play. Dowling by 8 and the basketball.
Dowling just needs to be patient on offense to get what they want and force Waukee to put them at the line here.
Here's Heller with it. Guarded by Hope. In the corner goes to Tritton. Layla dribbles baseline, is double team. Reverse pass out to Heller for three. Good! Right in front of the Dowling bunch. Marin Heller hits her first three of the night. That's her 7th of the year. And she has 7 points, and it's 51-40 Dowling.
And there's that baseline action interchange again to get the wide open three.
Underneath Hauk, and she commits the charging foul. Zedeker took the charge. Hauk commits her third foul. Great job by Ava Zedeker. And I think Hauk just trying to force things. She tried to go through two people.
I think it's maybe Julia Moore hung in there and took that.
Well, Hauk sold, or rather, Zedeker sold it. She slid to the base. She slid into the wall. But Moore probably did. You're right. I'll give it to you.
It's just one of those things where, you don't see Dowling do that very often, but when they're that aggressive, you can get that.
There's Tritton for three. It's no good, and she saves it from going out of bounds, but right into the hands of Hauk and off her foot out of bounds to Dowling. Good hustle that time by Tritton. Followed her shot, and as the ball was going out of bounds, she saved it. Hauk had it, and then the deflection off her hip. Now here's Muller with it. Brand new shot clock for Dowling. Minute 25 left in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 11. Maroons just trying to use as much shot clock as possible. Zedeker stop and start down the lane. Layup is good. As the foul will be on Kirsten Hauk of Waukee, and they'll count the basket. Hauk with 4 fouls, and Zedeker with a game-high 30 points.
Yeah,
and an and one coming.
Sorry, Mark. That was just a great hesitation dribble there and attack and finish, and she's done that quite a few times tonight.
53-40, Dowling by 13. Minute 15 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Zedeker now for the and one, and it's good. 31 points for Ava Zedeker. 5 team fouls on Dowling, and Waukee is over the 10 foul limit. So the Maroons are shooting 2 free throws for every Waukee foul. Warriors have it on the baseline. Here's Yokeel. Reverse pass to Hope. Back to Yokeel. Out front to Lydia Smith, and the ball stolen away by Zedeker. Smith getting in late. Dowling down court. Heller turnaround shot in the lane. Good. Marin Heller. That is her 7th point here in the fourth quarter. 9th point tonight. 56-40, Dowling by 16, their largest lead of the game. 35 seconds remaining. A little shot in the lane, no good by Hope. Rebound Zedeker. And the shot clock turned off, and that should do it. Dowling girls are going to win their 7th in a row and 8 of their last 9 ball games. Dowling's last loss was last month, right before the Christmas break, losing at Southeast Polk 53-50 in a game they had to lead until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was a very tough loss. This is when we're talking about those Tuesday blues that they were having in those first 3 weeks of the league season.
56-40 as the Maroons just dribble out the clock. The final, Dowling a 16-point win over Waukee, so they sweep the season series. Maroons winning 52-32 at Waukee back in early December, and they win it here tonight 56-40 over the Warriors. Dowling's record improves to 10-4, and Waukee falls to 6-8, and that snaps a 3-game winning streak that Waukee had going coming into the contest. And Dowling, they've won their 7th in a row. We're going to take a 2-minute break. Jennifer Phelps, who is our studio producer tonight, take a 2-minute break, come back, total up the scoring alongside Scott Babinett and Mark Amadale here at the Dowling Gym. Our final in Game 1. Dowling girls 56, Waukee 40. And we'll return with the postgame show after this 2-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
There's so many religions out there. How can I know which one's right?
Catholicism is, but you don't have to take my word for it. You can take God's word for it, because out of all the religions in the world, Catholicism is the only one that was founded by God. No other religion even claims such a thing. While they focus on their search for God, or to understand some prophet or another, we're alone in saying that the one true God of the universe sought us out by actually becoming man, founding a church, and giving us a line of apostles to keep it going. Now, there's plenty of rational, historically verifiable evidence for our faith, like the fact that all of Jesus' closest friends died horrible deaths rather than deny that he was God. But beyond that, Catholicism is also the most inspiring place to look, because it's the only religion that offers complete forgiveness and unconditional love. So check it out. It won't disappoint. For more, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's Dr. David Anders with Call to Communion. It's a live call-in show for non-Catholics and fallen away Catholics. Call to Communion on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Lisa St. Arnold from St. Joseph Church in Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale. Our final in Game 1. The Dowling girls come in ranked 6th in the latest Iowa Girls Union poll. Came out last Thursday, and 6th-ranked Dowling improves its record to 10-4 with a 56-40 win over Waukee. The Warriors fall to 6-8 overall, and they came in unranked as the Maroons led at halftime by 1, and they do a pretty good job in the second half, Scott, as they outscore Waukee 19-10 in the fourth quarter to win at 56-40. The Maroons 14 of 20 unofficially at the free throw line tonight. Waukee 8 of 13 at the line. And Scott, it's a tremendous performance led by Dowling's Ava Zedeker, the sophomore, with 31 points and a perfect, once again, this is the third straight game, perfect at the free throw line. Tonight she was 7 for 7.
Right. She just did a great job of leading the Maroons tonight and getting all the key baskets. And that's important. You'd like to see a little more balance coming. I mean, Maren Heller ended up, I believe, with 11 tonight, which helped. It's always interesting to see who's going to step up and help Ava along the way. She's been pretty consistent. So it was a good effort by the Maroons, especially that second half. Waukee, I think everybody's surprised at how aggressive they came out as compared to the game one. And I think that's just the process that they've gone through, getting their team back together, getting their roles, and their post-ups were great tonight to cause Dowling's smaller guards to have problems guarding tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the we want to start with the statistics, Scott. I'll let you go ahead and take it from for our statistical point of view.
Right. Very unofficially, the Maroons tonight, 19 for 49 from the field, 4 for 15 from the three-point line. 14 for 20 from the free throw line, which was good. I believe they're 7 for 12 at one point, so 7 for 8 in the fourth quarter. 30 rebounds overall, 10 turnovers, which is down about 4 or 5 from their average. So that's a good output there. For Waukee, they were 14 for 43 from the field, 3 for 9 from the three-point line, 9 for 13 from the free throw line, 31 rebounds, and they had 15 turnovers. So the Maroons were able to get a little distance there on the turnovers, which helps them stretch it out in the fourth.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring in this contest. First of all, for the visitors from Waukee, Waukee girls their record now falls to 6-8 on the season. They came in winning 3 in a row and had a pretty good performance tonight. They led briefly at times. They had as much as a 4-point lead over Dowling in the contest, but they had their 3-game winning streak snapped, and they've won 4 or 5 coming in, but they lose tonight. And Warriors were led by Kirsten Hauk, the 5'9" junior, with 17 points to lead Waukee in scoring. She was followed by Emily Sorensen with 9 points. Emily fouled out with 3:44 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sophia Hope with 8 points for the Warriors. And then rounding out scoring was Miranda Peters with 3 points, and off the bench, Murren Saulo with 2 points. Gentry Williams did not score for the Warriors tonight. And I think I said Miranda Peters with 3 points. Mara Yokil, no points tonight, and Lydia Smith, who got in late, no points for the Warriors, as Waukee went 8 of 13 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, Maroons were led by, as we mentioned earlier, Ava Zediker, the 5'10" sophomore for the Maroons. A team-high 31 points. She hit 2 3-pointers to lead her team. She now has 26 threes on the season. She went a perfect 7 for 7 at the free throw line. And rounding out scoring for Dowling, off the bench, Maren Heller with a 9 points. She went 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Hit a 3-point shot and a pair of 2-point shots for her 9 points. 6 points off the bench for Ellie Muller. She went 2 for 4 at the free throw line. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, Layla Tritton with 4 points. Julia Moore with 3 points. Lauren Frericks with 3 points. And Ellie Olson did not score for the Maroons. Dowling went 14 of 20 at the free throw line. That's always a good sign when you can make more free throws than your opponent attempts. Waukee attempted 13 free throws tonight. Dowling made 14 out of 20.
Right, and again, the ball control tonight was even better. I think Coach Meyer in the last halftime interview said your goal would always be 0 turnovers, but with the way they run offense, if they could get by with 10 turnovers, I think she would take that. And so that's a good sign going into Friday night. And both teams have come in with winning streaks, and one has a significant one, so it's maybe time to knock them off. And we'll see on Friday, right?
Yes, we will. That'll be a 42-game winning streak over the course of a year and a half for the Johnston girls. They'll come to the Dowling Gym Friday night. We'll have it. 6 o'clock we'll be on for the pregame, and 6:15 tip-off. Whatever snow's coming will be dug out by Friday morning. I'm going to guarantee that, Scott, I hope. But can't wait for Friday night. It'll be a great atmosphere here.
Right. And if you're any kind of competitor, that's the game you want to play. And, tonight you preserved your ability to move up the rankings based on what you did last week. Looked a little shaky there early on, but you didn't give back what you earned last week, the last couple weeks. And so you get the chance to go in against the number 1 team in the state and see what you can do.
All right, Scott, thanks for sitting in tonight. We look forward to seeing you on Friday. And, hey, have a good rest of the week. We'll talk to you Friday night. All right, my broadcast partner, Scott Babinet, he'll give way to the headsets to Jimmy Cataldo as we get set for game number 2 between Dowling and Waukee. Again, the final in the girls contest. Dowling Catholic, 6th ranked in girls play with a 56-40 win over Waukee, as Dowling improves its record to 10-4, and they have now won 7 in a row. And again, Waukee's record falls to 6-8, and that snaps their 3-game winning streak. And we'll come back. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back and preview the boys contest, Dowling and Waukee here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet closing out game 1. Jimmy Cataldo slides over for game 2. We'll return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you would like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, getting set for game number 2 between Dowling and Waukee. In the boys' contest, the Waukee boys ranked number 3, Dowling unranked, and we're joined now by Jimmy Cataldo as we get set for game 2. Congratulations to the Dowling girls, a 56-40 win in game 1. And Jimmy, welcome. And it's here we are, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday this week for Dowling. We're broadcasting Tuesday and Friday. Saturday's a makeup game with Iowa City West, a game we were supposed to do right before the Christmas break. And it got moved to Saturday, and as Coach Thielking said, the first of 3, and you got to get through 1 to get to 2 to get to 3. And what a week Dowling has in store for them, taking on third-ranked Waukee for the second time tonight, and then Friday night against Johnson for the second time.
You know, the cliche goes, you play one game at a time and you move on. You know, and it's never more true if you're the Maroons, because this is the third straight game you're playing a team that's been rated in the top 5, at least when you at the time you played them. And so you got to take one game at a time, and you know, games just seem to get tougher and tougher as they go. They play a very inspired Omaha Blue coming back to Dowling, probably for his last time when he started his career here as a freshman, and so he's going to be a little bit inspired to play about as well as he can, and that's going to be pretty good. So the Maroons have a tough row ahead, but one game at a time, one possession at a time, and as Coach Thielking said, that you know, if we play tough defense and play tough defense early, try to get to the fourth quarter, and that's what you hope to do.
Yeah, you do, and it worked a week ago when Dowling defeated, which was then fourth-ranked Ankeny Centennial. The rankings came out yesterday, and Centennial dropped to 6th after the loss to Dowling. But the Maroons beat a top 10 team last Tuesday night here at the Dowling Gym. And, of course, Friday's game, it was all Valley, and they earned it. Matter of fact, Valley moved up and exchanged with Ankeny Centennial. They're now the 4th team in Class 4A, and rightly so. That was a kind of a mismatch. We saw that at all positions tonight, a little bit different. I think Dowling is, they hung with Waukee at least through 3.5 quarters over at the Waukee Gym, and things kind of got out of hand late in the game. But Dowling was in that game most of that contest. I know we had internet problems at Waukee. Everything was shut off for press row. CISN and us were kind of dealing with that, but Dowling was hanging around most of that game. And Jimmy, I know you probably watched it because I was dealing with the IT part, but it was a game in which they hung around.
Well, you look back at that game early in December, and it was a game that Drew Morrow really went off. He scored 22 points in that game and had 15 of them in the first half. So if you can get Drew to come out here and shoot as hot as he did that night, the good things are going to happen. And Drew's struggled time, here since the Christmas break, but he's been out getting his shots in, during some of the down times and things like that. So I think he's going to come out here, play about as well as he can, and that's what you're going to have to do. And that's what they did that December night. It's what happened to Waukee is I think they kind of just settled down and just kind of played their own basketball. And any one of 5 guys, can make a basket and score. And so it's going to be tough to guard. But the Maroons have been playing well as of late defensively. And if you remember back in that early December is when the Maroons started to mix around this zone defense. That really helped them along early in December, play with some of these teams because they really couldn't figure out an offense that would go against this Dowling defense. So I think defensively a zone mix in with a man, as Coach Thielking mentioned during the girls' game, is that they got to get Waukee to feel uncomfortable, and that's the way to do it. Just mix and match your defensive sets.
Well, Waukee they come in with a record of 11-2. They ranked number 3 in Class 4A, as we mentioned, but They had won 7 in a row after their only loss this year, coming at Waukee Northwest. They'll renew that battle this Friday night, so maybe you think they're looking past the Maroons. That's always one thing to plant, but they lost at Ankeny last Friday night, 56-51, an Ankeny team that's below 500, and they got back on the winning column on Saturday. They went down to Indianola and defeated 5th-ranked Indianola out of class, or they're in Class 4A rather, 62-59. But they had their 7-game winning streak, and then they had the snap, and now they're trying to get back on the snide. But they've come in winning 8 of the last 9 games, and this is a team that is building towards Friday night. They know that Waukee Northwest is on the horizon, but the matchup with Dowling and Omaha Blues, as you mentioned, his final game probably here at the Dowling gym, unless this is used as a neutral site, which they're not using this year in high school boys basketball. Something to be thinking about.
They never say there's any good losses, but I think Coach Kevin Kanaski would say that the Ankeny loss was okay. It was a good loss. I mean, because it really catches the attention of your team at the right time. He knows how talented of a basketball team he's got. And some of these losses here and there to Waukee Northwest and then to Ankeny catches the attention of your team to get the most out of them, and especially in this run to the postseason.
Well, it certainly does. And now let's get to our starting lineups. As Jennifer, we're just going to keep it between games right now. As we got the early start tonight. As actually we're right on time at 7:45. We'll take a look at the Waukee Warriors and head coach Kevin Kanaski. He is a Dowling grad, while his dad was coaching Drake. Kurt Kanaski, the longtime Drake coach. Kevin in his second year, 25 wins, 13 losses, assisted by his brother Kyle and Austin Walker. And the Warriors will start this lineup. At 1 forward, number 0, Omaha Blue. Omaha committed to Iowa State, 6'8" senior, averaging 23 points, 11.5 rebounds, leads the team in both categories, and in steals with 17. And he'll wear number 0. The other guard is Mason Costello, 6'4" junior, averaging 9.5 points, leads the team with 4 assists. Costello wore number 1. And the second guard is Cooper Randall, 6'4" senior, heading to Truman State in Division II basketball. Leads the team in made three-pointers with 22, averaging 8.5 points. Randall will wear number 4. And the third guard is Cade Littlefield, a 6'2" senior, averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds. He'll wear number 33. And at center, Vance Pfeiffer, 6'9" senior for Waukee, averaging 10 points, 7 rebounds, and he'll wear number 25. So it'll be Blue, Costello, Randall, Pfeiffer, Littlefield for the Warriors. Coming in, averaging 66 points on offense and giving up 55 points on defense. Dowling going with their usual starting lineup they've used here the last 4 or 5 games. The head coach for Dowling is Clay Thielking, assisted by Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. The Maroons bring a 4-6 record in the contest, averaging 52 points on offense and giving up 61 points on defense. Davis Scheck, Joey Capola, Drew Morrow, the 3 guards, along with Ryan Kleppe and Riddick Metten in the paint. And Metten had a game high in points against Val. He was the only player in double figures. Jimmy?
I think the Maroons will be a little bit outmatched with size with Blue and Pfeiffer, as you mentioned, but my keys are Downing's got to play their best game to date, play tough defense and crash the boards, limit your three-point shooting, which has been kind of an Achilles heel for the Maroons, at least since the break. So get to the basket as much as you can and force Omaha Blue to beat you from the outside. His quick step to the basket, you're probably going to have to double-team that, but force him to shoot his outside shot and make him beat you outside.
And Omaha Blue jumping center, and he wins the tip, and Waukee in their road dark uniforms, white numbers. Dowling in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers. The Maroons open up in the zone right away. They get Blue on the baseline, and he skips the pass over, and now this is Cade Littlefield with it. He's double teamed. Out in the wing it goes to Pfeiffer. Vance going against this 2-3 zone of Dowling. Pfeiffer beyond the three-point arc, trying to get Blue inside. 3 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper, no good. Missed everything. Out of bounds to Dowling, and the Maroons really force Waukee into not the best shot as they get a corner 3 by Randall that rolled off the rim, no good.
Well, as we mentioned, that the zone has really came to life for the Maroons in the first matchup against Waukee, and at least in that first possession, Dowling looked very aggressive in their zone defense. forcing Waukee into a bad shot.
And Dowling just gets the ball over the timeline at the 25-second mark on the shot clock. That's very important. And Waukee into a little 1-2-2 zone.
And I think that's what the Maroons are going to see until they can prove to teams that they can beat you from the outside. Stick a zone, which will save foul trouble on the other teams.
Now here's a long three. It's no good by Dowling's Davis Sheck from the left wing. Both teams 0 for 1 from the field. Rebound Waukee. No score. Girls game won by Dowling, 56-40. And now a steal by Coppola. So Dowling on the other end. They get it inside to Sheck, and he travels with the basketball. And a turnover against Dowling, but the Maroons get a good defensive play there in transition.
Well, the transition was stopping Omaha from playing downhill, and he's so quick to the basket that the Maroons stopped him with their two high zone players in Sheck and Coppola, which helped set up that turnover.
Maroons stay in their 3-2 zone. Waukee works the perimeter. They try to lob it inside to Ballou, and the pass by Randall was slapped away, but right into a Waukee offensive player. Now a long three. It's no good by Costello, but they get the three, and here's a long three, no good by Littlefield. Offensive rebound, Waukee and Costello. So brand new shot clock. Third chance here. Here's Ballou for three. Good. Right in front of the Dowling bench, Omaha Ballou.
Well, the Maroons had two stops, and there goes a turnover by the Maroons.
And that was a steal by Vance Pfeiffer. It's 3-0 Waukee. And now the Warriors. Another long three by Ballou. Off the mark, no good. Ball slapped around and picked up by Dowling and Davis Sheck.
The one thing you're seeing out of the Maroons is everybody is looking for a guy to block out, and which you didn't see a ton of in the last couple games. Is you left one or two guys to get there to get offensive rebounds, but every person on the Dowling defense is finding a guy to block out.
Here's Drew Marr, skip pass to Coppola. Waukee stays in their 1-2-2 zone. 3-0 Waukee. 5:20 left to go. First quarter. Here's Marr with it, trying to find the seam. Now corner three by Dowling. It's no good by Kleppe. Offensive rebound, Dowling and Sheck. Brand new shot clock. Here's Coppola for three. Good! Right in front of the Waukee bench. Joey Coppola with his 8th three of the year.
Good to see Joey hit his first shot of the night in his first attempt. But the thing is, with Dowling's offense, they got to space the court. Really make Waukee defend all corners of the offensive side.
Dowling stays in their 3-2 zone, and now a near steal by Kleppe, and they come up with it. Here's Kleppe with it, tied at 3, 4:40 left to go, first quarter from the Dowling gym. Not a bad crowd for a Tuesday night. Student bodies are here for both teams. Dowling on the perimeter. Coppola for three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Ballou. And Waukee as he dribbles in the front court. Omaha in the lane. Shot off the glass too strong. Ball slapped around and tipped out by Pfeiffer into the hands of Waukee. They dump it inside to Ballou, and his underhand shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Metten. Omaha Ballou with a strong move, and Metten, Riddick picks up his first foul, and Omaha with a chance for an and one.
The Maroons got to find help on defense when Omaha gets the ball at the top of the key because he's so quick downhill. They got to find a help defense, and even there on the baseline as Omaha got that ball, they left Riddick by himself to draw a foul, and no help for Riddick.
Ballou, a 74% free throw shooter. Jimmy, that's the 110th time he's been to the line this year. That is just unheard of. And it's 6-3 Waukee. Dowling gets it across the timeline, and now the bounce pass by Kleppe on the sideline, intended for Drew Marr, goes out of bounds. Turnover to Waukee. 4 minutes to play. First quarter, 6-3 Warriors. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Dental Associates. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here tonight. Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer. And now Omaha Ballou has the ball in the lane. They're going to reverse it. They initially signaled the ball to Dowling, or rather to Waukee, and now they're going to flip the channel there. Joey Townsell, Scott Cook, and Chris Crawford are three officials, and they huddle up. Great teamwork by the Zebras.
And it ended up being the right call. Omaha had the ball knocked out, but his momentum threw the ball out of bounds for the turnover.
Dowling gets it across the timeline. Warriors want a trap. They do. Dowling moves the ball around. Here's Kleppe, top of the key for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Pfeiffer and the Waukee Warriors.
So far, the Maroons have shot 5 3-pointers and no shots from the field.
All right, here's Littlefield with it. Gives it out to Costello for 3. Top of the key, good. Mason Costello with his first 3, and that's his 21st 3 of the year. 9-3, Waukee, the Warriors by 6. Dowling's got 4 seconds to get across time limit. They do. They get it underneath the net, and a head fake, and a shot up, and no good. Omaha Blue altered that shot. Rebound out to the Warriors. And they come down court. Here is Costello with it. To Littlefield, rather. Top of the key to Costello. Down the lane. Leaves it for Pfeiffer, and the ball loose. 20 on the shot clock. Littlefield with it in the corner to Ballou. He'll launch the 3 from the left side. Rolls off the rim, no good. And Riddick Metten with the foul, or with the rebound. And now Littlefield ties him up. They're going to call a jump ball.
Possession's going to end up staying with the Maroons, but nice job by Riddick working the boards and getting the rebound. Just not getting it out to his guards in a timely manner.
They'll reset the shot clock. It'll be Dowling possession. And the Maroons will inbound the ball. 1-2-2, full court press by Waukee. Dowling breaks it. Get it to Morrow, now to Coppola. Warriors stay in that. They dribble inside, layup good. Nice pass from Drew Morrow to Davis Sheck on a backdoor cut.
Great job by Drew Morrow, seeing it as the defense collapsed on in the lane. Davis Sheck cutting hard backside. Drew found him wide open for an uncontested layup. Great job by Sheck and Morrow.
9-5 is our score. Waukee over Dowling. The Warriors come in ranked 3rd with a record of 11-2. Now underneath, Omaha Ballou shoots and scores. That is his 8th point of the first quarter. 11-5. Warriors. 1-2-2 full court press. Dowling breaks it. They get it down inside as Maroons now with the substitution. Andrew Nyanji in there. Corner 3, no good by Morrow. And a whistle and a foul called on Ballou as he bumped into Drew Morrow, who hustled down for the ball. That'll be the first foul on Omaha Ballou. First foul on Waukee.
Great job by Drew finding the offensive rebound, following his shot, getting it loose, and beating Omaha to the ball. So Coppola, Morrow, Cataldo, Colin Clark, and Andrew Nyangi in for the Maroons.
And Nyangi was the first substitution, and now Dowling going with the rest of their subs, as you mentioned. Nyangi with it in the corner. Colin Clark on the baseline. Now corner 3 by Morrow, up no good. Weak side rebound, and it went off of Waukee. Dowling will have a brand new shot clock. You mentioned Dante Cataldo in the lineup, 6'1" junior. So the Maroons are, I think the only person not in is Jack Odie at this juncture. There's Morrow with it. Fakes the 3. Gets it over to Clark for 3 in the corner. Up off the rim, no good. Rebound Omaha Ballou. 11-5, Waukee. Minute 10 to play, first quarter. They lob it underneath, and it's slapped away by Nyanji. They try to lob pass to Jaden Rogers, who just checked in. Dowling the other way, reverse layup, no good by Morrow. And a rebound out to Waukee and Jaden Rogers. Rogers, a 6'4" junior, averaging 3.5 points. Coming off the bench for head coach Kevin Kanaski. There's Rogers with it in front of the Dowling bench. Dribbles baseline, cut off by Nyanji. They're going to get Andrew for the pushing foul.
Really good defense by Andrew, really forcing the ball into the corner where Rogers really had no place to go, and just a little bit of a touch and push foul got called, but I would certainly give that to the defensive side, but it's not what Joey Townsell saw.
Waukee will inbound the ball. Costello gets it in, now gets it back from Jaden Rogers. Dowling stays in their 3-2 zone. Omaha Ballou in there, also is Littlefield. Here's Rogers with it, gets it to Littlefield. They try to lob it into Omaha Ballou. Nice job by Nyanji. He front him. Now they skip it to the left side to Costello on the left wing. 15 on the shot clock for Waukee.
This is where you're going to collapse on Omaha.
Ballou in the lane. His shot up. It was blocked by Nyanji. And the putback up and good by Ballou. Got his own rebound, and putback is good. 13-5 Waukee.
He gets the ball right there at the free throw line, and just nobody really collapses on him and really gives Omaha everything he wants.
They dug at the ball, and it was tipped, and Omaha caught it. Actually, it was going up. And now Dowling with the ball. And here is Coppola trying to hand it off in the lane to Clark, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Waukee basketball. 1 second left. Omaha, half-court shot at the horn, no good. And we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym with the score. Waukee 13, Dowling 5, alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Hamadale. Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer, back with the second quarter of this boys CIML conference game here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Jimmy, do you take Judy to be your wife? To have and to hold?
Uh-huh.
For richer or poorer?
Okay.
Are you listening, Jimmy?
Jimmy?
Till death do you part?
Sure, right after I finish putting up this wall between us. There.
Jimmy, you're not dead yet.
When you use artificial contraception, it's like putting a wall between you and your spouse. Couples who instead regulate fertility naturally experience happier marriages and are less likely to divorce. Tear down the wall.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio. Hi, this is Matt Wilcom from Iowa Catholic Radio. In this season of new beginnings, it's a chance to reconsider priorities and reset relationships, including with God. We're here to help make that happen for listeners like Addie, who says, Iowa Catholic Radio grows my knowledge. Every time I turn on the station, I feel like I'm learning. Are you feeling the call to help others know just how much God loves them? Consider a gift of $30 a month at iowacatholicradio.com. That's iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
And we're underway here in the second quarter. Waukee with the basketball to start the second quarter. They lead 13-5, and their first possession, an illegal screen by Omaha Blue. That'll put him on the bench, Jimmy, with 2 fouls, and Dowling with the basketball, trailing by 8.
Well, I mean, it's the best thing that could have happened to you coming into the second quarter, but the Waukee comes in with Shipper, who's a pretty good presence in the middle himself.
Here's Cataldo on the baseline. Over in the corner to Coppola for 3, in and out, no good. And we got a whistle and a loose ball foul called on Waukee, and that'll be on Owen Shipper as he was battling there with the Dowling player. So Shipper commits his first foul.
One thing you're seeing out of the Maroons is everybody's looking to crash the board, which is something you haven't seen a whole lot in the last few games.
All right, here's Metten with it. Waukee back to man on this set. Metten underneath, reverse layup. Oh, rolls off the rim, no good. And the weak side rebound to Jaden Rogers and the Warriors. It's Cataldo, Clark, Coppola, Metten, and Kleppe in the lineup for Dowling. The Maroons back to their 3-2 zone. They lob it underneath on the back door to Rogers, and they can't get the dunk off, so it'll be Waukee with the ball. Littlefield in the corner to Costello. Dribbles baseline, shot up and good. As Kleppe tried to take the charge. Pfeiffer with the basket, or check that, Costello with the basket.
Costello's a very talented young man, just a junior. As a sophomore last year, lit up the Maroons for 15 points.
Now Dowling down the lane, a layup good by Ryan Kleppe, his first basket. For Costello, his 5th point. Omaha Blue on the bench with 10 points with 2 fouls. 15-7. Waukee by 8. This is their largest lead of the night. A long 3 by Costello, top of the key, no good. And Metten with the rebound. Dowling with the ball, and Waukee backs off their press. They'll stay in that 1-2-2 half-court zone. Here's Colin Clark on the baseline to Metten. They reverse it left side, and Coppola got lazy with the pass. Metten tracks it down underneath the Clark layup, no good. Rebound cleared out there by Waukee and Jaden Rogers. Now we've got a whistle and a foul on Dowling. Yes.
On the offensive set, the Maroons really had everything they wanted.
Yeah, Clark with the foul, excuse me, Jimmy. As Coppola will sit down. So Coppola and Marr on the bench for Dowling.
Shet comes in, hopefully as a 3-point shooter, because Waukee is leaving the Maroons open on their 3-point looks.
15-7, Waukee leading Dowling in this boys contest. Second quarter, 5:45 to go. Corner 3 is no good by Jaden Rogers. And rebound out of bounds to Dowling. Girls game won tonight by 6th-ranked Dowling. Dowling girls won their 7th in a row, a 56-40 win over Waukee. And they will face Johnston this Friday night. Johnston tonight a winner over Urbandale. 42-game winning streak for the Johnston girls. Should be quite the matchup Friday, Dowling and Johnston in that girls contest. But here, Omaha Ballou on the bench. Let's see what the Maroons can do with him on the bench. Underneath is Metten. His shot is blocked by Vance Pfeiffer, and rebound out to Waukee and Owen Shipper. Wow, that was a matchup. Now a steal by Cataldo. Dante down court. Reverse layup too strong. Ball slapped around. And saved from going out of bounds by Cataldo. Gets it to Metten, to Clark. Good hustle there, and they throw it away to Cooper Randall, who just stepped into passing lane, coming from out of bounds.
Just great hustle by Dante with the steal, and goes really hard, but gets his own rebound, and Clark gets the ball in the corner and doesn't see the defender and throws right into his hand.
There's Pfeiffer for three, good from the top of the key, and Vance was setting that up. That's his first 3 points tonight. His 7th made three. Timeout called by Dowling, as the lead is now 11 for Waukee, 18-7. And this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with him with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Second quarter, Waukee 18, Dowling 7 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Weekdays at 5 p.m., it's Catholic Answers, a live call-in program to offer Catholics and non-Catholics a chance to talk with world-class apologists and theologians. Catholic Answers, live on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610, ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Beth Henderson from St. Boniface in Waukee. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Waukee Dowling game here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadil alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Timeout by Dowling. The Maroons want to play inside to Sheck, and his layup is no good. And rebound out to Waukee. Warriors by 11 in the basketball. And the shooting percentages, I know, Jimmy, it's been fast-paced, but you can just mention right now what Dowling's shooting percentages are if you got a second. Is Waukee with the basketball, and Dowling's went man here. Long three by Randall is good right in front of the Dowling bench.
The Maroons their defense is certainly causing Waukee some issues, but leaving the three-point shooter open like Costello and Mason, they're just tough shooters. But I think what the Maroons have to worry about is finishing at the rim. They've had so many shots at the rim they have not finished on.
All right, the ball advanced past half court, and Dowling loses it, and they're going to give the ball to Waukee on the turnover. Several other games going on in the Metro tonight. Number one team in 1A, Grandview Christian, leading Des Moines Lincoln at last report, 31-9 halfway through the second quarter. Now on the baseline, a shot up and good by Vance Pfeiffer. Strong move by Pfeiffer. He's got all 5 of his points here in the second quarter.
Really strong move at the baseline. Pfeiffer's he's a presence down low, and his strength just makes it a big mismatch for the Maroons.
16-point lead now for Waukee, their largest of the night. Now here's Drew Morrow with it. He has the ball slapped away as Maroons will rotate some players. Jack Odie for the first time tonight coming in along with Capola. And Jimmy, go ahead with some of the numbers.
Maroons are just shooting 1 for 9 right now from the three-point range, just 11%. I had them in the first quarter, 1 for 3 from the field. So certainly finding the ways at the rim to finish like Sheck does there. Certainly bode well for the Maroons.
All right, Davis Sheck with his 4th point. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, Maroons or Waukee 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 8 total rebounds, 4 turnovers for both Dowling and Waukee, sitting at 4 turnovers.
Now Evan Jacobson in the lineup, a 6'6" freshman, has the ball stolen away, and Dowling down court. Layup no good as Sheck misses the basket, and a loose ball foul called on Davis Sheck.
It's just yet another layup that the Maroons have not converted on, and they've had plenty of opportunities. That has to be probably their 6th layup opportunity at the rim, just have not gone in.
And the turnover by Jacobson of Waukee by Davis Sheck. As we're seeing Jacobson for the first time tonight, 6'6" freshman, averaging 4 points, 2.5 rebounds. Younger brother of Michael Jacobson, who had a pretty good career at Waukee, and now they work the ball inside to Vance Pfeiffer, and he can't handle the pass. Stolen away by Dowling. Here's Coppola to Kleppe. As the Maroons now run their offense. Ryan Kleppe, they reverse the ball. Corner three by Marr, up off the rim, no good. And the weak side rebound to Waukee and Cade Littlefield. He brings it across the timeline, leaves it for Randa. He'll launch a three, in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Kleppe comes away with it for Dowling. 23-9, Waukee. 2:10 to go in the first half. At halftime, we'll have Steve DeVenny on, broadcast partner at times the last 2 years, and he'll join us at halftime talking about the 8th grade program the Dowling boys have. Now corner three by Kleppe, no good from the right side. Rebound Waukee, and the shooting woes continue for Dowling.
It's just been painful at times for these kids who are good shooters when they come into the gym, but they just can't find it when they get into these games.
Now Waukee with the ball. Bad pass that time by Costello. Try to hit a cutter. Kleppe down court. His shot is blocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to Dowling, and Omaha Blue back in the lineup with 1:30 to play in the half. Omaha returns to the lineup with two fouls. Excuse me.
You know, Omaha leaves the game when Dowling was trailing by 12 at the time, and now the Maroons are sitting at a 14-point deficit. So not a bad time for Omaha to sit.
Now here is Waukee comes out of their zone into man, and Coppola dribble drives on the left side, and as the ball slapped out of bounds as he was double teamed at the last moment by Omaha Blue, who knocked it out of bounds.
You just got to maybe find some movement picks on this, and the Maroons just got to find other guys to pick, come off, look for some back cuts, what they've been very, very good at as of late.
All right, 10 on the shot clock, minute 15 on the game clock here in the second quarter, 23-9. Waukee, Kleppe with the ball, 4 on the shot clock, underneath to Marr, and Drew couldn't handle the pass. Picked up by Ballou, down court to Costello, underneath, and a shot up and good by Vance Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with all 7 of his points here in the second quarter, 25-9 Waukee. 16-point lead is Waukee's largest of the night. Dowling gets it across the timeline, and Waukee back to that 1-2-2 trap on defense at half court.
A trap, and then they get back into their zone and force the Maroons to shoot from the outside, make them beat you there.
Here's Odie with it on the right elbow, out to Coppola for 3. It rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound out to Cade Littlefield and Waukee. Cade in the front court to Ballou. Omaha dribbles baseline, and they're going to call a charging foul on Omaha Ballou. Great defense that time by Dowling, as Jack Odie drew the charge, and Ballou now with 3 fouls.
You know, the charge happens right in front of one of the officials whose head was looking down to see if the ball was going out of bounds, but great job for his partner to come and see the contact. He had a great angle on the charge foul, but that puts number 3 on Omaha.
That's Chris Crawford. Good teamwork as he and Joey Townsell had that call, and Joey was looking at the baseline, and the contact happened. Great job by the officiating team. 25-9, Waukee. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Dowling with the apparent final possession. Here's Marr looking for a screen. He'll shoot the 3 up and off the back iron, no good. And we go to halftime with Waukee leading Dowling 25-9. Here at halftime, Maroons with 4 points in the second quarter as Waukee outscored Dowling 12-4 in that second quarter, and lead it here at halftime 25-9. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cattell. And Jimmy, before we go to break, some of your comments, and I'll try to wrap up some of the scoring here before we go to break.
Yeah, just looking at what the Maroons are doing, I think they're doing a tremendous job focusing on the rebounding side, both offense and defensively. But again, they're just finding their shots not going down. They've settled for now 13. They're 1 of 13 from the 3-point range in the first half, and they just got to find, they're either going to live by the 3 or die by the 3. Right now they're dying by the 3, and until they find a way to work the ball penetration inside, they're going to continue to come up with these missed shots. But Waukee, really, really talented big men in Pfeiffer, really having his own underneath for Waukee, and then Cancelo hitting a couple of big threes to really spread the court out, but very impressed with the strength that Waukee brings to the court.
All right, some numbers here as we go into halftime for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons are led at halftime by David Scheck with 4 points. 3 points for Joey Coppola. Ryan Kleppe with 2 points. Dowling has not attempted a free throw in the first half. For Waukee, they are led by Omaha Ballou with 10 points, but he had to sit out most of the first half. He now has 3 fouls for Ballou. 7 points for Vance Pfeiffer, all in the second quarter. 5 points for Mason Costello. And Cooper Randall with 3 points for Waukee. The Warriors 1 for 1 at the free throw line in the first half. Again, our halftime score, Waukee 25, Dowling 9. As Waukee jumped out to a 13-5 first quarter lead and outscored Dowling 12-4 in the second quarter, as Waukee leads at 25-9 here at halftime. We come back, we'll be joined by the one and only Mr. Steve DeVinny. We'll talk the boys' middle school program here at Dowling, the feeder system into Dowling High School. Steve's a big part of that, and just to get his voice on the air, it's good to have him back. Don't you think, Mr. Morrow?
Well, you can call me Morrow, Cataldo, whatever you want to.
Morrow, Cataldo.
It's all the same bloodline, but that's okay. Of course. I mean, Steve DeVinny spent a lot of time sitting next to you and did a great job. I think he's learned in his later years in life that he gets to bed a lot earlier nowadays.
Yeah. And, well, he's a grandpa. 2 times over. So we'll get a break, come back. Steve DeVinny joins at halftime. Our score, Waukee 25, Dowling 9 in the boys contest early tonight. It's the Dowling girls a winner 56-40 over Waukee. The Maroon Gals now winning 7 in a row and ranked 6 in Class 5A, and that sets up their showdown with Johnson, who comes in Friday night winning 42 in a row. Back after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Monday through Friday at 3 p.m., it's Cresta in the Afternoon. Speaker and author Al Cresta looks at life through the lens of Scripture and the teaching of the Catholic Church, providing conversation about the things that matter most. Cresta in the Afternoon on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Father Chris Fontanini, the Catholic Diocese of Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, halftime. And it's Waukee leading Dowling 25-9 in this boys contest, and joined by a very familiar face here on Iowa Catholic Radio. At least he had to, endure our audience through me on Friday and Tuesday nights. That is the one and only Steve DeVinny, who's one of the coordinators of the Maroon Basketball Association, basically the feeder system for Dowling Catholic boys basketball. And Steve, welcome. Congratulations to Grandpa number 2. Is that right? 3. Grandpa number 3, and welcome, Mr. DeVinny. Appreciate hearing from you.
I've been grounded from attending Maroon basketball games on Tuesday and Friday because of all these grandkids.
I knew you and Tracy were up to something, and I noticed, you know what he does, Coach Cataldo? He brings them to Mass, and he sits in the upper bleachers. I call them the upper pews at Holy Trinity. And I knew he was here, but he didn't want the kids to bother anybody. So he sits way in the rafters. Just put that in your time capsule.
That's wisdom.
No, it's just prevention of my 1-year-old grandson destroying the church.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah.
Now I got to ask you. Now you've coached a lot of these kids out here. Let's talk with the Cataldo kid out there, Dante Cataldo. Definitely, what I've seen of him, takes after his mom more than his dad, because he is the plus on a plus-minus chart, no question. That comes from his mother, Jennifer. Don't you agree, Steve?
We're not going to tear down Jimmy too much tonight.
Why not?
No. In terms of like hanging lights for the neighbors or not doing that. I've been
loyal listener.
I've been
Mr.
listening
Cataldo.
to you guys when I can't get out here to the gym. However, Dante Cataldo is not only a really good athlete, but even a better kid. He might get some athleticism from his dad's side of the family, but he gets his character from his mom.
Thank you very much. Well said. Well said. All right, Steve, another year of the Maroon Basketball Association. You got kids that, talk a little about that. This is for the 8th graders, more or less. Is that correct? And you're up and running.
Yeah, when Coach O'Connor was here, he changed the program a little bit in his 15 years. And they used to have teams 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade all the way through. And Coach O'Connor decided to give clinics to the 7th graders and just have one team, if you will, one grade level. And that was 8th grade only. So the last 6-7 years, we had Dante, Jimmy's boy, in there too. But we usually have about 30 kids. Kevin Oddie, who's down here in the striped shirt at the desk running the scorebook, is helping this year. John Marshall, longtime Dowling dad, is helping. Steve DeGroat, who's done a lot in the past for us, he's had some knee surgery this year, so he's out. But so we have 8th grade, 30 kids, typically put 3 teams in tournaments each and every weekend, split the kids accordingly. Sometimes we put some of our better kids together, but a lot of times we just go evenly split squads so that everybody can get game exposure against good competition. And Clay Theo King's goal for us, sort of like OC's used to be, let's don't pick our varsity team when they're 8th graders. Let's try to develop as many kids as we can. Hopefully they'll continue their love for the sport and continue to play at the high school level. And so it's a blast for me. Love kids, love hoops, love Dowling, and it's just a way for us to give back.
I just think, as an observation, being a part of what you guys do, I think it is unique in a sense that you go to these AAU tournaments who are playing some of their elite select kids, and you guys are a select team because you do your tryouts, but yet I think you and your staff have done a great job of implementing these kids into the Dowling culture, and I think that's so vitally important as these kids come from so many different parishes or so many sides of the town, that they do come together and just understand the culture is so much more important than winning and losing.
Yeah, Jimmy, nice of you to say. And we always tell the parents at the preseason meeting, probably the best thing that'll come from this is the fact that when you go to Dowling, you're going to have 28 friends from across the city that you have gotten to know a little bit. You've been a teammate. So you're not going to walk in on orientation or not have a clue who anybody is. But the elite teams, Jimmy, in terms of basketball in the winter, the people who pay money and play year-round, those are really, really good players. We're a school team. We can't compete most of the time with those, but we try to play down in tournaments that have other school teams. And the bottom line is that, look out here, how many seniors do we have on this year's team? Probably 7 or 8, I suppose.
Correct.
And that's probably the average. So I've got 29 kids this year with my staff. And they might end up being really good football players or really good baseball players or cross country or soccer, whatever it is. But to Jimmy's point, we're sort of holding them accountable to the Dowling way. My 3 kids all went to Dowling and played sports, and there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And if Clay Theo King gets a young man who doesn't know what he's doing or doesn't know how to behave and how to compete and how to work, or Tom Wilson in football, any of the sports, then they're not going to have a very good chance. So to Jim's point, that's what we try to do is show them and get them ready for what's to come. And what's to come is not easy. And if you don't love sports, if you don't love hoops, if you don't love whatever else you're doing, you're not going to be willing to do all the work that's required. You got mean-spirited coach like the sophomore football coach.
Oh, no question.
Mr. Cataldo.
No.
I'm teasing, but that's what we try to do is help the kids get ready to be an athlete at Dowling.
Steve DeVinny, thanks for all you do, both of you. Behind the scenes, you don't know. I pick on both of you a lot, but you do a tremendous job.
I enjoy listening to you pick on Marr. I mean Cataldo.
Well, whatever he's going to be tonight. He's one of the families. But, Steve, anything you want to let our listeners know about sign-ups or how to get in hold of if they want to get involved in the youth program?
Well, it's too late this year. We're already in the second semester, but every summer Clay Theo King runs camps, and we get information out to the schools.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks again, Mark.
Steve,
good to see you.
Thank you. Congratulations,
Thanks,
grandchild number 3.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a 1-minute break. Come back with the second half. 25-9 Waukee at halftime over Dowling. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why can't priests get married? Did you know that an ordination shares a lot of similarity with a wedding? The rituals, the vows, even the speak now or forever hold your peace. Why all this similarity? Because he's getting married. His bride is the Catholic Church, and he promises his life to her, just as Christ, the true bridegroom, has done from all eternity. Now, yes, it is possible to have an earthly bride and a heavenly bride, but since the heavenly bride always has to come first, it can be really hard on even the saintliest earthly bride. That's why for the past 1,000 years, the Church has echoed St. Paul's words when he said to early priests, "An unmarried man is anxious about the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But a married man is anxious about the things of the world, how he may please his wife, and he is divided." So, why can't priests get married? Well, because they already are. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the third quarter, 25-9 Waukee with the lead over Dowling. Maroons get it inside. Waukee in their zone. Long three by Marr. In and out, no good from the left wing. Ball slapped around and tipped out of bounds off of the Warriors, and they're going to say Pfeiffer out of bounds. Hit it out. Dowling will get a brand new shot clock. Jimmy, some first half statistics.
Through the first half, the Maroons shot 3 of 11 from the field, 27%. Just 1 of 11 from three-point range, 9%. 7 total rebounds and 7 turnovers for Waukee. 6 of 8 from the field, 75%. 4 of 12 from threes, 33%, 13 total rebounds, and 9 turnovers.
Here's Sheck in the baseline. His little floater no good from the left side. Rebound out to Waukee. 25-9 was our halftime score, and it's still in effect. Three-pointer in the corner, no good by the Warriors, and Cooper Randall. Rebound out to Dowling. Both teams have found the lid on the basket to start the second half. Here's a three-pointer by Sheck. Hit the back iron, no good. Omaha Ballou with the rebound. Ballou playing with 3 fouls. He had 10 points to lead Waukee in scoring in the first half. Now here's a pull-up jumper right side, no good. Weak side rebound, Costello. Turnaround shot up and rolls through for the first basket of the second half. His 7th point for Costello, and that ball just rolled through on a second opportunity offensive rebound.
On the last 3 or 4 possessions, Riddick Mendez has gotten the ball into the paint, really with some room to shoot the ball, and his first look is to throw the ball outside the three-point arc, and I don't think he realizes how open he is in the middle of the lane to just shoot that baby, 4-foot, 5-foot shot, or take it hard to the basket, and that's where the Maroons are really falling behind on this, is kicking the ball out to a poor shooting three-point. Now they're just 0 for 3 on the threes in the second half, 1 of 14 for the game.
Both teams playing the zone, Dowling in their 3-2 zone, and Waukee in their 1-2-2. They've been half-court trap throughout most of the game, but there is an open gap right around the free throw line. You just got to kind of seek that open gap. We got an offensive foul called on Waukee, and Kleppe drew the charge. Heads up move by Ryan Kleppe, and the foul on Waukee, and that'll be on Vance Pfeiffer, his first.
Great job by Kleppe moving his feet to cut the baseline off, which really gives the advantage to the defender, and drew the charge.
Dowling gets the ball across the timeline. And yeah, when you seek the open gap, which is around the free throw line, here's Coppola, fakes the three, now leaves it for Kleppe. They reverse it around, and Waukee closes out there, Jimmy, 15 on the shot clock. Just when you thought you had a shot, and Waukee closes out. Here's Metten underneath against Ballou, and it's blocked by Omaha Ballou. Rebound into the hands of Waukee and Mason Costello.
Still, good look by Riddick. Take it up strong. Try to maybe draw some body on Omaha. He's sitting with 3 fouls right now.
Now Rogers travels with the basketball. It'll be a turnover back over to the Dowling Catholic. And sometimes when you're in that open gap around the free throw line, if you catch the ball and you don't look at the basket, face the basket, so to speak, you can miss those opportunities. And I think that's what you're trying to point out. Now the Maroons break the press again underneath the net, and his shot blocked out of bounds, or blocked towards out of bounds by Pfeiffer. Dowling keeps possession. Here's Coppola for 3. Good, right in front of the Dowling bench. Coppola, a little give and go with Kleppe, and scores. And for Joey, that is his 6th point on a pair of threes tonight, and it's 27-12 Waukee.
Just got to find that 1 or 2 guys who can get hot in the second half, and Joey's hit 2 3-pointers tonight, and why not him tonight? And hopefully he'll find some confidence and knock down some more of these shots.
And now a long 3 by Waukee. They keep it on the perimeter, and it's good. That is one thing they haven't had a problem with, and that's Vance Pfeiffer with his 10th point, his 2nd 3 of the night, and that puts the lead up to 18 over Dowling. Now a long 3 by Kleppe, no good. Offense or rebound to Pfeiffer, and a foul in the backcourt on Drew Morrow.
Pfeiffer is just so impressive, just how strong he is on the baseline, taking the ball to the hoop, and then the ability to shoot a 3-point shot. I think that's his 2nd 3-point shot of the night. Very impressive, Vance Pfeiffer.
Substitution for Waukee. Cooper Randall will return to the lineup. He was a starter, 6'4 senior. And Deion Jenkins, 5'11 junior, making his first appearance tonight, wearing number 11 for the Warriors. For Dowling, Andrew Nyangi in the lineup for Metten. And the Warriors will stay in, or rather Dowling will stay in that 3-2 zone. Here's Jenkins with it, gets in the lane, kicks it out. Now back over to Jenkins for three. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Outlet pass to Kleppe. Down to Marr. Layup is good. One way to do it. Little fast break there. Drew Marr with his first basket. 30-14. Waukee by 16.
You're moving so fast down the court because you feel that heat coming behind you, and you don't have a half a second to delay in your transition.
Underneath, Omaha Ballou with a strong move. Shoots and scores from the left baseline. That's his 12th point. He had 10 at halftime, but also had 3 fouls at halftime, and still playing with those 3 fouls. 1-2-2 full court press by Waukee with Deion Jenkins, a 5'11 junior, at the top of the press. Now corner three up, good by Joey Coppola. That's his 9th point. Joey starting to heat up. That's his 10th three of the year, and it's 32-17 Waukee. Warriors with the ball. Dowling stays 3-2 in their zone. With it is Randall, top of the key to Jenkins. Deion dribble drives in the lane, now kicks it back out to Pfeiffer for three. Good. That kid can't miss. He's got 13.
Talented. And it's such a smooth jump shot, all in one motion.
It is. That is his 3rd three of the night, 9th three of the year for Vance Pfeiffer, who has 13 points. 35-17. Warriors have doubled the score and then some. Now here's Coppola for three. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, Pfeiffer. Outlet pass goes to Rogers in transition. Not a Pfeiffer in the lane. Poked away by Nyangi into the hands of Kleppe, and Dowling now comes away with a turnover. There's Coppola in transition. He'll launch a three. Good. Joey Coppola. If you're not going to come out and guard me, I'm going to shoot that, Jimmy.
He had 2 or 3 chances to pull that shot, and he's thinking, well, maybe a better high percentage shot, and then they just didn't come out on him, and cocked his arm and hit the shot.
Coppola with his 4th three of the game. He has 12 points. That is his 11th three of the season. 35-20, Waukee by 15. So their 18-point lead has been dwindled some. And now Ballou going against Nyangi. Double team, now kicks it out. 10 on the shot clock. Ballou for three. Beyond the arc, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Wow.
Just Omaha. Such a pure shot. And, I talked about pregame is make Omaha beat you from the outside, and just kind of pick your poison with Omaha. I mean, he can hit each shot and takes the ball hard to the rim.
15 points for Omaha Ballou, 38-20. Waukee by 18, equaling their largest lead of the night over Dowling here in this boys contest. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Here's Nyangi with it, top of the key against the 1-2-2 zone. Here's Sheck, dribbles top of the key for Coppola for three, off the rim, no good. Weak side rebound, Kleppe. Dowling gets a brand new shot clock. 3-second differential. 33 seconds in the game, 29 on the shot clock. Burns reverse the ball underneath to Nyangi. Making a move against Pfeiffer. Layup good. Nice move by Nyangi. He went right around Pfeiffer.
I really think that shot's been there throughout the second half. It's just the Maroons' big men just trying to take the ball hard to the basket. Haven't seen much of it, but there you saw it with Andrew Nyangi hard to the basket and completing the two.
38-22 Waukee. 7 seconds to go. Jenkins dribble penetrates. Leaves it for Jaden Rogers for three. No good. Ball slapped out to Coppola. And a foul before the shot. They're going to wave off the shot and a foul on Waukee. And this will be on Deion Jenkins. So the Maroons will have a catch and shoot situation. And they're going to put time back on the clock. Joey Tonzel gets with his crew.
Joey's not putting any time on this clock. One of the best.
And then they give it to Coppola for three at the horn, no good. And you're right, they didn't.
No.
Thought they might even huddle. All right, we've come to the end of the 3 quarters of play with the score. Waukee 38, Dowling Catholic 22 here in this boys contest from the Dowling Gym. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Earlier tonight it was the Dowling girls a winner 56-40 over Waukee. Dowling girls now have won 7 in a row, and they're ranked 6th in Class 5A. Back with the 4th quarter of this boys contest in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
At noon, Monday through Friday, the doctor is in. Dr. Ray Garendi helps you with personal problems and professional questions. You'll love his fun approach and practical advice. The doctor is in on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Kim Dietrich from St. Joseph Catholic School in Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym as Waukee starts the fourth quarter with a three-point shot that's no good by Owen Schipper, and the rebound out to Dowling. 38-22, Waukee with the lead. Both teams play to a 13-13 tie in that third quarter. Drew Morrow with it underneath the Neonji. Andrew out to Cataldo for three, no good, and a rebound out to Jenkins and Waukee. Here's Costello down the lane. His shot rolls off the rim, no good. Tipped away by Neonji into the hands of Cataldo. 38-22. Both teams have that lid on the basket, which started the third quarter, and we're seeing that here in the fourth quarter. We'll get to our statistics through three quarters here in a moment. I can tell you this, Dowling has not attempted a free throw tonight. Waukee 1 for 1. Here's Clark for three. It's no good. And the rebound to Mason Costello.
It's not the shots you're looking for, especially trying to chip away at this. You know, with Dante shooting and Clark, just not two of your better shooters. Not to say anybody else is shooting very well right now, but
you're going to read those here in a moment.
Just not getting many people to taking the ball to the basket.
That's true. Now, Dowling's went man-to-man here, and they've got Coppola guarding. Well, no, they aren't. They're staying their 3-2 zone. Back cut by Jenkins. Reverse layup good with the left hand. Nice move by Dion Jenkins. I remember him from the football field, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's a very talented kid, up and under in his three-point shot, or as a field goal underneath the basket. So
40-22, Waukee by 18. They equal their largest lead of the night. Cataldo on the right side kicks it back out to Capola, and he loses in the backcourt. Another turnover. And Jimmy, give us some rundown of some of the statistics.
Three quarters, the Maroon 5 of 16 from the field, 31%, 4 of 21. Capola counting to all four 3 points, 4 of 21 for 19% from three, 12 rebounds, 7 turnovers for Waukee, 8 of 11 from the field, 7 of 18 from three, 38%, 20 total rebounds, and 11 turnovers.
All right, here's Randall for three for Waukee, right in front of his own bench. It's no good from the left wing. Rebound Dowling and Drew Morrow. Drew dribbles down the lane, going against Ballou. Puts up a shot, too strong. Rebound, Cooper Randall. Outlet pass, tipped out of bounds by Neonji. They tried to feed it to Omaha Ballou. Up and down, and the basket has a lid on it at times. As Cataldo and Neonji will check out for Dowling. Checking in, Jack Odie, along with Riddick Metten. Colin Clark stays in along with Drew Morrow and Joey Capola, the 5 and the 4 for Dowling. We're going to stay in that 3-2 zone. Jimmy, I remember a game where Dowling stayed the 3-2 zone through 3.5 quarters.
Well, the height, the strength of Waukee is a mismatch against the Maroons, so try to keep as many bodies in the paint as you can, and hopefully Waukee misses some of the shots from the outside.
Here's Costello, top of the key for three, no good. Offensive rebound and putback goes through. Owen Schipper with the putback, his first 2 points of the night.
Offensive rebound. The Maroons did such a great job in the first half, finding men there. Nobody found Schipper on the offensive rebound.
And we got a timeout on the floor called by Dowling, as it'll be a 30-second timeout. 5:14 remaining, fourth quarter. Waukee by 20, 42-22 over Dowling Catholic. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Again, earlier tonight, if you joined us late, the Dowling girls a winner, 56-40 over Waukee. The Maroon Gals have now won 7 in a row. And they will take on Johnson, a team that's won 42 in a row over the last year and a half. That game will be Friday night. This Friday night, 6 o'clock pregame, and the girls' game with Johnson will tip off. 6th-ranked Dowling and number 1 Johnson. And Jimmy?
that girls' game is going to be a must-see game. Johnston, I think the only team that's hot enough right now to break that streak are the Maroons. The girls are playing so well right now, are really finding their stride, and they're about as hot as any team in the state. So if you can get down here early and see the girls' game Friday night, I guarantee it's going to be entertaining.
All right, Dowling out of the timeout with the basketball. Maroons have 3 timeouts at their disposal. Waukee has all 5 of their timeouts. 42-22, Waukee. Here's Metten with it in the corner to Clark for 3. It's no good, and a rebound Waukee and Owen Shipper. There's Costello in the front court, rather Littlefield in the front court for Waukee. As Cade checked in at that last dead ball. Littlefield, Omaha Blue, Deion Jenkins, Mason Costello, who drives baseline. His shot no good. Rebound Dowling and Jack Odie.
Haven't heard much from Jack tonight.
Here is Coppola for 3, no good. Owen Shipper is the 5th Waukee player, as the 3-point miss by Coppola. Now Waukee the other way. They try to feed Omaha underneath, and the ball poked out of bounds. And now Dowling hustles down court with Drew Marr, and the ball is out of bounds. I'll give it to Dowling. Coppola will throw it in. Clark will check out. And now they get inside to Marr, guarded by Ballou. Here's Marr for 3 in the corner. Good, right over Omaha Ballou. Drew Marr with his 5th point, all in the second half. And it's 42-25, Waukee.
The shot had to feel good for Drew to make.
And now Omaha Ballou, a lob pass for a slam dunk by Vance Pfeiffer, who has 15 points. Well executed. Dowling down court immediately. Here's Morrow with it. To Coppola in the lane. A shot up and good. Coppola dribbles through traffic, and he's got 14 points. That's his first 2-point basket of the night. A timeout Dowling. And this will be a 1-minute break, I believe. We'll take a 1-minute break. 3:39 left to go, fourth quarter. It is Waukee 44, Dowling 27 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Matt Wilcom here from Iowa Catholic Radio. I'd like to thank you for your continued support of this apostolate. Because of you, we're reaching more souls in more ways than ever before. Whether you've had your faith strengthened by either our talk or music channels, or if you've been impacted by one of our other outreach initiatives, you experience firsthand the value Iowa Catholic Radio brings to the Catholic and Christian community. If you haven't made the decision yet to become a family member, please consider a $30 a month sustaining gift. Just visit iowacatholicradio.com, and welcome to the family.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, and Waukee after the Dowling timeout takes the ball down court. The ball dribbled off the foot of Omaha Ballou. Turnover by Waukee, 44-27, but Waukee in control. The third-ranked Warriors leading Dowling 44-27. Now another empty possession for the Maroons.
Just another three-point shot that goes empty on that, and that's. Maroons are just 4 of 27 tonight from the three-point arc.
Is that what it is? Oh,
and Coppola has all 4 of them. It's just, I take that back because Morrow had one 2 possessions ago. So,
all right,
5.
Caden Ivory in for Waukee, 6'3" senior, throws the ball away. Dowling with the ball. Here's Coppola on the baseline. Underneath to Metten. Riddick's cut off by Omaha Ballou. Out to Morrow for 3. It's off the rim, no good. And Ballou with the rebound for Waukee. 2:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Ivory with it. In the lane to Moore. His shot no good. Keyshawn Moore with the miss. And the rebound out to Dowling. Cluppy with it. To Metten. Over to Scheck for 3 right in front of the Dowling bench. Good! Davis Scheck with his 7th point. That's his first 3 of the night. 44-30. The lead is now 14 for Waukee. Dowling with full court pressure, and down court layup good as they do the diagonal pass to Mason Costello, and Costello with his 9th point.
Just went hard to the basket, and nobody from the Maroons really stopped, just slow him down, and got a low to sleep there.
Here's Marr. Over to Coppola for 3. It's no good, and a rebound out to Littlefield. Cade with it in transition, gets to Ivory. They work underneath the Ballou, layup good. He went right on the baseline and around Metten for the score. Omaha Ballou with his 17th point. 48-30. Waukee by 18, and now Dowling guilty of the traveling call, and more substitutions for Waukee. Evan Jacobson will return to the lineup. Owen Shipper back in. Jaden Rogers back in for the Warriors. Keyshawn Moore. And I think Ivory will check out. And checking in will be Calvin Flood, number 14. So it'll be Flood, Rogers, Moore, Shipper, and Jacobson, the 5 and the 4 for Waukee. Dowling going with Coppola, Sheck, Marl, the 3 guards with Metten and Kleppe. Steal by Dowling. Down court, Coppola, spin move in the lane, layup no good. And the rebound, Jacobson and Waukee. Maroons had an opportunity there with a 3-on-1.
Joey just got manipulated at the rim, but it's one thing about Joey tonight. He's shown he's not intimidated by anything. He's hit some shots and taking it hard to the basket.
There's Jacobson for 3, no good. For Waukee, rebound Dowling and Davis Sheck. Joey made such a nice spin move, he might have got lost under the basket and got traveling on Riddick Metten. So both teams trade possessions, and the Maroons now will start to empty their bench. Nick Frerick set to check in, along with Jackson Trine. Also in there, Cole Southard. Cole, an outstanding pitcher for the Maroons on baseball, as Sheck, Coppola, and Kleppe leave the Dowling lineup. And here's Waukee with the ball. Calvin Flood dribbles it across timeline wearing number 14. Skip pass over the right side to Moore. 1 minute remaining, 48-30. Waukee by 18. That seems to be a magic number tonight, 18. Here's Jacobson with it, 15 on the shot clock. Underneath is Moore, and he throws it away. It'll be Dowling basketball.
Good. Dowling's come in with Allier, number 33, just a young, up-and-coming junior, good height, a little bit raw, but still working at his craft.
Allier Agao, 6'8", junior, long 3, no good by the Maroons, and that's by Flood. Dowling with the offensive rebound, a 3-pointer up and good by the Maroons. How about that? Jackson Trine with his second 3 of the year.
Well, Jackson Trine, we talked about it last game. He's certainly a kid who can knock down some shots.
48-33 Waukee. Make it 50-33 Waukee. As a shot up and good by Calvin Flood. 4 seconds remaining. 17-point lead, and that'll do it. But Dowling will dribble it out with Jackson Trine. Final score, 50-33. Waukee with the win over Dowling Catholic. And congratulations to Kevin Kanaski, the former Dowling grad, head coach for Waukee, with the win tonight as Waukee improves its record to 12-2, ranked 3rd in Class 4A, and they weren't looking past Dowling. Waukee has the rematch with number 2 Waukee Northwest this Friday night, and they handle Dowling 50-33 here at the Dowling gym. Jimmy,
just an incredibly poor shooting night once again, and from the Maroons. I think honestly that becomes the common denominator is just the Maroons offense settling for threes and not being able to knock down their shots. They shot 32 3-point shots tonight and just 19 2-point shots. And I believe if you add it up, they made 7, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 8 3-point shots. And it's just, you're not going to win ball games like that if you're going to settle for those type of shots and your inability to knock them down. The Maroons got out-rebounded 30-19, and a lot of those were from the missed 3-point shots as you weren't getting any offensive rebounds because they were one and done most possessions. So the Maroons just really got to figure it out. I know Coach Steelking has been really stressing to the kids, taking one game at a time and focusing on the games ahead of you and playing a lot of defense, which the Maroons came out and played great defense at the beginning, and then it just wears you down when Omaha Blues out there, and Vance Pfeiffer had a tremendous night tonight. From inside and outside, just wears you down, and you just don't make enough shots when you shoot 32 shots from three.
Yeah, you know what the other amazing thing is, and Jimmy, I've been doing this a while. I think I'm on year number 41. Wow. And Dowling, no free throw attempts tonight, none.
Well, and that's what happens when you don't play downhill. I mean, you have to force your way to the free throw line, and you force your way to the free throw line by attacking the basket. You attack the basket offensively, and hopefully you draw fouls because, with the height and the strength that Waukee possesses, they are definitely going to contest any layup you take to the basket. So your chances of drawing a foul was really high, but I don't remember how many times, and I could probably count them on one hand, how many times the Maroons really attacked the basket tonight, which they just didn't do it, and because of that, you're not shooting free throws.
I think they tried to attack, only to be stopped and have to kick it back out, and that can sometimes lead to a turnover or a change of possession. Waukee, on the other hand, one free throw tonight. 1 for 1 at the free throw line total between two teams. Mark that one down. Final score, once again, it was Waukee 50, Dowling 33 in the boys contest earlier in the girl game. Dowling defeating Waukee 56-40. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale, we'll take a 1-minute break, come back for final thoughts here at the Dowling Gym. Up next for Dowling, the Maroons will host Johnson in a girl-boy doubleheader Friday night. And for Waukee, they will be hosting number 2, Waukee Northwest, trying to avenge one of their season losses to Northwest earlier this year. But Waukee hosting Waukee Northwest Friday night from the Waukee Gym. We'll take a break and come back with our post-game show from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Honey, I'm so excited for our kitchen remodel.
All right, you love birds. Floors?
Natural hardwood.
Okay. Wow, that was quick. Countertops?
Definitely natural granite.
Check.
Woohoo!
And that wall?
Tear it down. It'll let in more natural sunlight.
Done.
Whoa.
Speaking of tearing down walls, your family planning, natural, right?
Natural family planning is 99% effective at achieving or delaying pregnancy, and there are no harmful chemicals, so it's better for you and the environment. Tear down the wall.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you'd like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
Back at the Dowling Gym, Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Post-game show following the Dowling boys and third-ranked Waukee game. And Waukee now has won 9 of their last 10 ball games with the win tonight, 50-33 over Dowling Catholic. The Maroons fall to 4-7 overall with the loss. Waukee improves to 12-2, and they're ranked third on the latest 4A poll that came out yesterday by the Iowa High School Boys Association. And you got your calculator working overtime tonight. And as we mentioned, Dowling did not attempt a free throw tonight, nor make one, obviously. 0 for 0 at the line. And Waukee with just one free throw attempt. They went 1 for 1. And that was the result of Omaha Ballou back in the first quarter. He had that three-point play, or rather, two-point basket, was fouled and made the and one. And that was the only free throw of the night. We went 3 and over 3.5 quarters of no free throw attempts. So it tells you about the flow of the game. Jimmy, you have first hand of the flow of the game because you got all the numbers, rebounds, turnovers, and, of course, the all-important shooting percentages.
Shooting percentages.
Oh, my.
Just struggling again for the Maroons. For game tonight, 6 of 19 from the field, 31%, 7 of 32 from 3, 21%, 19 total rebounds, and 10 turnovers. For Waukee, 13 of 20 from the field, 65%, and shot 54% from 3, going 12 of 22, 30 total rebounds and 16 turnovers. And it's just it all added up tonight. The Maroons hesitated in the lane. You saw it time and time again. They would get the ball inside the lane, but you just have that split second to make a decision. And if you pause just a little, that's when Waukee's going to collapse, and you're not going to be successful. You're looking to kick it out, and just a poor shooting by the Maroons, getting out rebounded by 11. The defense did force 16 turnovers. The Maroons did, but hand it to Waukee, just a talented basketball team with Pfeiffer and Costello. Randall came in and he did some good things more, but Omaha Blue and there's a reason why this is a top 10 athlete in this class. It reminds me of the days when we played low hoop. I mean, Omaha Blue is playing low hoop out there, and anytime he jumps, he's above the rim, and things become easy when you're playing at or above the rim constantly, and that's what makes this game so easy for Omaha, because nobody is really, at least on the Dowling roster, is able to match that athleticism at the rim. So
low hoop means something short of regulation that you were at somebody's backyard. Somebody that thing tells me that thing can stay up more than a whole summer, because I can just imagine all the pressure on that hoop.
I just wanted nights and to feel like it feels to be Omaha. When he plays in a 10-foot hoop, it's like me playing on a 7-foot hoop. So I can feel that for a night, and so I know how easy it's coming to Omaha, because our low hoop days, we made everything, and that's what it must feel like for Omaha Blue. Such a talented athlete making his final return here at the Dowling Gymnasium. Yeah, and what a career he's had. He's headed to Iowa State. And speaking of Iowa State, they are now leading with about 4.5 minutes left to go up in Ames. 12th-ranked Iowa State leading number 7 Texas 64-55 with 4.5 minutes left to go. And earlier tonight in Big 12 play, it was Kansas State in overtime defeating number 2 Kansas 83-82. Down in Manhattan, Kansas. So a couple of great college games, high school games here. And let's take a look at the scoring in this contest. We'll start with the visitors from Waukee and head coach Kevin Kanaski, who improved their record to 12-2. The Warriors were led by Omaha Blue with 17 points. He had 10 of his 17 points back in the first half. He was followed up with Vance Pfeiffer. What a night for Vance. He had 7 points at halftime, finished with 15. 9 points for Mason Costello. Rounding out scoring for Waukee, 3 points for Cooper Randall. Off the bench, Deion Jenkins with 2 points. Calvin Flood with 2 points. Keyshawn Moore did not score. Owen Shipper off the bench with 2 points. And Cade Littlefield did not score, starter for Waukee. The Warriors 1 for 1 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons were led with one player in double figures, led by Joey Coppola with 14 points. He had 4 3-point baskets, along with a 2-point basket in the fourth quarter for his 14 points. He was followed up by Davis Sheck with 7 points, 5 points for Drew Morrow, 3 points off the bench for Jackson Trine, 2 points each for Ryan Kleppe and Andrew Nyanji. And then Jack Odie, Colin Clark off the bench with no points, Dante Cataldo no points, and Riddick Metten, who was the leading scorer for Dowling Friday night against Valley, held to no points by Waukee. And the Maroons they did not attempt nor make a free throw tonight, as the Maroons' record now falls to 4-7. Quarter scores, third-ranked Waukee jumped out to a 13-5 lead over Dowling. They extended that in the second quarter, outscoring Dowling 12-4. Waukee led 25-9 at halftime. In the second half, in the third quarter, both Waukee and Dowling played to a 13-13 tie, and in the fourth quarter, Waukee outscores Dowling 12-11 and win it 50-33 to move on. Dowling will host Johnson in a girl-boy doubleheader Friday night, and Waukee will host Waukee Northwest in a girl-boy doubleheader at the Waukee Gym. So, Jimmy, that wraps things up. Any other final thoughts? I know we have a gang of people over at the Lincoln Roundhouse. I guarantee you one thing, their game's probably still going on. Well, it looks like Grandview Christian took it to Lincoln tonight, and just getting some of the updates with that. But you look at the Maroons, and I think you look at the last 3 games that the Maroons have been through with Ankeny Centennial, and then Valley, and then Waukee tonight, and that's a juggernaut of a 3-game stretch. And not to say Johnston is much less. Johnston does have some significant players, so the Maroons are going to have to play up to their best. But I don't think that they're going to have to come in and settle for 3-point shots like they had to tonight. A lot of that, and I think what you're going to see by a lot of teams that they're going to face is throwing a zone. We haven't seen a zone put on them like they had tonight against Waukee, and that's what's going to happen when you're a poor shooting team. I think these opponents like Waukee tonight is going to slap a zone on you, force you to shoot 3-point shots, and show that you can beat them and force them out of these zone defenses. And So you're going to turn the page. You're going to go into a Johnston game that you beat them on the first time around. So Johnston's going to come in, playing pretty hard. But it wouldn't surprise me if they also look to see how successful this zone defense did for Waukee tonight. And the Maroons just have to work on those shots and then find a way that not to settle, but to find ways to cut to the basket. They do a great job back cuts, but they found themselves to the rim a few times. They just didn't finish. And so just a huge recipe for a 17-point loss.
Again, we'll be back on the air this Friday night, Johnston and Dowling here at the Dowling Gym. Girl-boy doubleheader beginning at 6 o'clock. For the Dowling boys, they'll be playing on Saturday at 1:30. They'll take on Iowa City West here at the Dowling Gym. We will not have that covered on radio. It'll be here on at the Dowling Gym. And then next week, the Maroons go back to the road. First time in a while. Dowling traveling to Ankeny a week from tonight. It'll be Dowling and Ankeny, a girl-boy doubleheader. Then a week from this Friday, be Dowling at home against Southeast Polk in a girl-boy doubleheader. As we're winding down the season, this was game number 11 for Dowling, and it was game number 14 for Waukee. So the Maroons have got to get some of those non-conference games. They got 4 of them that are outside the league. Iowa City West, Hoover, Lincoln, and Ames. So they'll get those in, but that's all going to come in middle January and early February. So there'll be a lot of 3-game weeks.
And at what point of the season, you know this much better than I do, what point of the season do they take that snapshot and start figuring out where you're going to seed in some of these sub-state or districts coming out? If we're mid-January, I got to imagine that's going to happen here in the next week or two. So you get about 4 more games to really get your –
Yeah, the brackets come out right at Valentine's Day, February 13th.
Oh, that
Monday. So that's when the brackets come out. Now, they probably the weeks before, so they've got some time to get their seating spot. They're going to go a little later this year, and it's going to be done by more of a committee in each class, 4A all the way down to 1A. So
and then there's some games that are definitely winnable games.
Absolutely.
For the Maroons. So you get back on track and you find those games where you can compete and certainly. This one coming up Friday night in a girl-boy doubleheader, which would be a tremendous environment with Johnston girls coming in here, playing a very hot Dowling girls team. But it's a boys team that's definitely can rise to the occasion and have one of their better games of the year.
Now for the boys, Johnston, Iowa City West, Ankeny, and Southeast Polk, all unranked, as is Dowling. So, yeah, a little bit more games. But the Maroons got the big win a week ago. Ankeny Centennial came here, and Dowling knocked off the 4th-ranked Jags back then. But Valley and Waukee, they're the real deal, as we found out. So, Jimmy, thanks for sitting in tonight. I don't see your family here anymore. They're waiting for you?
I'm carless. My daughters go back to school, so now I have no car. So we're carpooling.
Anybody at that Lincoln game going to come over and give you a ride home, or do I got to leave Urbandale and come give you a lift? I mean, you just let me know.
Everybody's extremely happy that they didn't have to cross over to the river this time tonight, but I'm sure that the Lincoln Roundhouse was packed full of a lot of my family and friends. I get to see my nephew Frankie play tonight, and they got a heck of a ball team. 1A, ranked number 1 in 1A, Grandview Christian, and.
What a year the Thunder are having, as you mentioned. They come in, they're 13-0 with the win over Lincoln tonight. They're ranked number 1, as you said, in Class 1A, and what a year. And your nephew can shoot lights out. He leads 1A, I think.
He leads the entire state with three-pointers made.
And attempted. Yeah, both.
That's the entire state, so he can shoot the ball. But I think teams are finding out to find him and face guard him, so he's going to have to
find another way
out how to create shots and. But that's a fun team. So
it was fun watching them last Thursday up at Faith Baptist when that's their home. That's what was one of their home courts when Grandview Christian knocked off a Roland Story, top number 4 team in Class 2A. So that was a lot of fun. But he's having a great career, and glad they can see him tonight on the South Side. See how many times officials wave at you? None.
Joey hasn't left. Joey goes out the back door.
He's out there. Scott Cook and Chris Crawford, along with Joey Townsend, our crew tonight. Jimmy, we'll talk to you Friday night. It might be elbow room on Friday with the Johnston fans here, especially during that girls' game. You may have to park over at Walmart and get the shuttle over.
I'll probably be dropped off because I don't have a car. But that's going to be a fun environment, a great boy-girl doubleheader. So if you have the ability to come out and watch that game, it's going to be great. Or listen to us because. It's going to be fun to fun to call.
All right. Well, Jimmy, let's survive the snowstorm. We have 6 to 8 inches maybe and more coming Wednesday and Thursday. And my daughter, first thing she said tonight at weight training here, she says, Dad, do you think we'll have school on Thursday? And I said, you should. You should. You're not that far away from the school. All right, Jimmy, we'll talk to you on Friday night. Thank you. Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner. That'll wrap it up here from the Dowling Gym. Our thanks to all the folks here at Dowling, including Matt Maynard, the principal, Tom Wilson, the athletic director, Colleen Webb, and Jared Herring here in the athletic office. And our thanks to everybody behind the scenes, Jennifer Phelps, our studio producer. And, of course, our coaches tonight, Danny Franklin Prinny and Kevin Kanaski from Waukee High School, and along with Kristen Meyer and Clay Thielking here at Dowling Catholic High School. As we mentioned, our next broadcast will be this Friday night. It'll be a girl-boy doubleheader. Johnson at Dowling. Pregame at 6 o'clock. Girls tip off at 6:15. The boys to follow at 7:45. So join us for the broadcast here on most of these Iowa Catholic radio network stations. The final scores for the final time tonight in the girls' contest, 6th-ranked Dowling defeating Waukee 56-40. As the Maroons have now won 7 in a row, and they'll take on Johnston on Friday, as we mentioned. The Dragons come in winning 42 in a row in girls' play. And in the boys' contest, it was Waukee defeating Dowling 50-33. Dowling falls, their record now falls to 4-7 on the year, as Waukee improves to 12-2. For Scott Babinet and Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partners, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long from the Dowling Gym on behalf of Jennifer Phelps. This is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long, and have a safe and blessed faith-filled evening.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.